recording. Hello. I know it's been a while. Life gets in the way. So sometimes things happen. So, however, I'm back for a little bit at least. I'm going to be doing some StarRupture. It's doing the playtest. Sorry. Squirreled. I got a text, so I scrolled out. Anyway, so I have played this some. So I went through like the tutorial and like just played for, well, probably like almost 20 hours, I think. So I've got decent play time in this, especially seeing how it's only been this weekend. I've been playing it a lot this weekend, checking it out. I'd never even heard of this game until, I want to say Thursday, and I was watching Splitsy play it, and I was like, holy crap, this is freaking awesome. Actually, it might have been Friday. I think he was playing it Thursday, and I was watching his video on Friday. And so it kind of bothered me that I'd never heard of this game, and it looks like definitely something along the lines of that I would enjoy. So it's kind of a factory building game, but also survival. You got to gather resources and build up a base and stuff like that, machines. But there's also actually critters. So, like, one of the things that gets boring with Satisfactory, it's fun to build, and if that's what you want to do, sometimes it's nice to just build. But it's better to have the option to just build, but also have enemies attack periodically, so you have something to build for. Like, you got to build defenses and stuff like that. This has critters. This has enemies. As you can see here, this lady is shooting whatever the hell that thing is. I haven't come across one of these big ones, so I don't know if they're actually in the game yet. It's all been the smaller ones, or maybe that's the bigger ones that just look like these little guys but bigger. I don't know. I think it's the really big ones, because there's at the end, if you just hit, if you play and then come back to this screen, it gives you a little video of it, like a trailer. But without further ado, I am going to start a new game. And you can only do single player, but eventually it will have multiplayer options, which is cool. I am going to skip the tutorial since I've already done that. If you're interested in it, join the playtest, run through it, it's great. But I'm going to skip it for now. So let's get in there. And, for being a playtest, it's surprisingly, there's a lot. And they say it's only like 15% of the map is in here, but it's a huge area, so I can only imagine the full size of the map. You're only allowed this one character right now, which is fine. I have no idea what the differences are going to be besides the aesthetic. I don't know if they have, like, maybe the soldier will be better at combat, and the engineer will be better at the building stuff. I don't know. Maybe they'll have more options or faster. Scientists probably, well, biologists would be collecting stuff, like the biology stuff. I don't know what that's going to be interesting. But yeah, you start out here in this lander.
Prisoner PO212. Welcome to Arcadia 7.
And then there's all that stuff.
You've chosen to skip.
You're probably getting it kind of doubled from my mic.
At the Claywood Corporation, we value that kind of confidence. I'm looking forward to working with you.
So it's saying that you're here, honored, blah blah blah, located in this place. It's very similar to Satisfactory this way. Like, they tease you about it being your corporate property and stuff like that. It's funny. But start out, you got nothing. Start with that little lander, which there is a little printer. So in the tutorial, you'll go out, collect a little bit, and she'll tell you to come back here to the printer, and you print the basic building materials. But you start out with enough to build a initial base anyways. The main things you need are this guy, which you need a meteor heart for, and the habitat, an airlock, and then the printer, because then you can print more. So that's what, 50? So 50 of these things and a heart is what I need. And normally, and also these little things on the right, it says run by holding left shift. Hey, I've already leveled up my movement because, oh yeah, there are levels. So there's inventory, story items, which I've not found any. Maybe they just don't have any in the playtest, which is fine. Your equipment loadout, so you can have 2 weapons that you can cycle between. First, you're going to end up with a pistol when you first unlock them. And then you can get the equipment something. Manufacturer bench, workbench. I think it's an equipment workbench. And then you can craft a rifle, which is cool. I haven't found any upgrades for these yet, so they may just not be in the tutorial or in the playtest. This takes a long time to get because you've got to actually unlock quite a bit of corporate stuff to corporate levels, and I'll show you what that means later. Same thing with the grenade and all that stuff. And then here you actually level up your movement by running around, obviously, combat by fighting, and survival by like picking up, harvesting plants and stuff like that. And then once you get to these certain levels, that space opens up and you can put what's called an LEM, limbic something module enhancement, I think, maybe limbic enhancement module. Basically it just gives you upgrades, like more stamina, or stamina recharges faster, more health, things like that. And so on these meteors, there's little sections, as you saw, of the different ores, and if you take them out, it's faster to mine the whole thing down. And that's titanium, and you can mine it by hand, and the longer you mine it, it gets faster and faster. See how it speeds up? Oh, and then also that thing will overheat, and you gotta let it cool off. You can also cool it off by hitting reload, but and reload obviously reloads guns. So first thing you kind of want to do, if you play the tutorial, this is a great spot to kind of start out. You got some plants to get. These little hydro bulbs, based on their name, of course, they hydrate you. They're little water packets, 18 hydration, which you do gotta worry about. So you've got an energy shield, which is your armor of 50, your health of 100, which you can increase these, like I said, with the LEMs. This is your food, where your hunger bar and thirst bar, and then toxicity. You don't want anything in there. Toxicity's bad. These little plants you can eat. They give you calories, and that's your food, obviously. There's a meteor heart, and then these are the different ores. There's wolfram ore, titanium ore, calcium ore. There's also, I'm surprised I didn't pick up any helium from that. There's also helium-3. I've seen references to another type of ore, but I've not actually seen it in game yet. But there is also sulfur, which is down that canyon, which I found very late game in my first run through. And basically I was just kind of running all the way around the board. There's like an energy field that prevents you from going so far, because obviously, it's a playtest, so they don't have the whole map open. But yeah, this is the wolfram ore, and again, same thing. You point this at it and shoot, and the longer you do it, the faster it gets, to a point. Those little blue bars there are how it's leveling. So once you get up to level 5, that's the fastest it goes. But it's pretty quick. So if you do need to just mine some for a bit, you mine until you get pretty much full of heat, and then cool it off. And it feels like it cools off faster if you manually do it than if you let it overheat on its own. I haven't really timed it, but that's just kind of the impression I get. And you can get them, you can shoot quite a ways away. So there's little ore pocket rocks, I guess.
That's a snack.
Oh, and your people talk to you. That's a snack. So early on, I recommend, and pretty much the entire, if you play the playtest at least, I hope they have a way of farming this stuff later. because you go through it a lot. You need a ton of this stuff because there's a lot of research you need to use with it. You got to constantly eat and drink, obviously. So you're constantly picking up... Oh, there's some helium-3. So that's what the helium-3 looks like when it's on you. But all of these ores, anything you can get out of the meteorites... Get off the... Anything you get off the rocks that are on the ground, those you could even ultimately mine. See, there's some more titanium core over there. There's some more wolfram, and that's where I'm actually going to go. I'm going to go over to that area and start the base this time. These rocks are special. These ones do not appear the same. Well, I guess none of it really appears the same place all the time. But these star tiers, they grow. And later you'll see. How do I explain this? So there's cycles. Every so often, that big ass star, which clearly we're either very close to it or it's fucking massive. Both could be the case too. But it freaks out every now and then. It's not a nice star. So it ruptures and just wipes the slate clean with this planet. Luckily, your buildings and stuff don't get fried. They handle the heat, but all the foliage, any enemies too, they get fried. Which is, so everything gets fried. And if you're not in a safe spot, which so far the only place I've found that is safe, actually I've not been actually cooked by it. We'll have to explore that later. But so it's that's kind of like the respawn mechanic, which I think is really cool. Instead of things just kind of randomly appearing every now and then, that's how all of this stuff comes back. So you'll never actually run out of this stuff. You just may run out of it in that cycle, especially in like multiplayer. If you got a bunch of people running around collecting everything, it's going to be hard to get the amounts that you really need. Are there any enemies this early in the game? Oh, and here is the calcium? Not close enough. I want to say it's like calcium. Basically, limestone. Oh, come on. Did I get it? Oh, I did. So this, and these big things like this, you can put miners on. Yes, so calcium ore. So the beginning of the game, most of the stuff you only need is these three things: the titanium, the wolfram, and the calcium. This is everything you need for quite a while. Yeah. And every now and then there's these little drone wrecks that will have random stuff in them. That actually wasn't randomized. Interesting. That was the same thing. I actually started this a few minutes ago, and then I realized, I should stream this. So I restarted it again. I didn't actually save. Oh, with the playtest, be sure to save periodically. It will crash. The first time I played for like 4 hours, never had any issues, and just, saved it at the end and didn't think anything of it. And then the next day, I jumped in and played for like an hour and a half, got a whole bunch of progress, and it crashed, and I lost everything. Oh, this dude's dead. Oh, I forgot about that one. Whoops. And so there's not currently an autosave feature. So highly recommended, save periodically. You have to manually save periodically. It's going to save. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Okay, yeah, 10 minutes. Okay. And normally, there was always some bad guys on this plane. So I think... I wonder if the spawns are based on time. Which is actually kind of cool. So it gives you some time to get started before you start getting attacked or run into bad guys. Especially since I don't really have a weapon. The low-level critters you can just melt with this thing, with the miner, but it does very little to the higher-end guys. You can do it. I've done it because I just wanted to test and make sure it was actually hurting them. It takes a long time and a lot of running away. But you can do it eventually, but it's not worth it. Just get a gun. These things are actually really cool. You have to have a map first, which you don't have to start with. You've got to unlock. But once you get it, so you crank it up first, which it boots back up, but while it's booting up, it pisses off the locals. So you're going to get attacked a lot. So I recommend being prepared. So yeah, forewarning, if you don't want spoilers, don't watch, because I'm kind of explaining the game. If you want spoilers, if you're okay with spoilers, whatever, just, I mean, obviously there's going to be a lot that isn't in the playtest, so there's still going to be a lot to explore when the game does come out fully. But yeah, so when you first start that up, it pisses off the locals, a bunch of critters spawn around, and you have to fight them off. Because if they get to that and shut it down, it stops running. But once it gets to 100%, you turn it on, and it opens up a huge circle of the map, and just gives you, takes off the fog of war. So they're really good, but you've got to be prepared for them. I recommend not, at least so far, I've not been able to, and maybe I'm just not good enough to do it, but I'm not been able to do it without turrets nearby helping me. So I'll have the turrets like at least covering one side of it, and I'll cover the other side, and then I've been okay, and I've been able to open them up.
That's a snack.
But I didn't realize it opens up a huge chunk of the fog of war. As I was saying before, with the cycles, Jesus, I already ran this far down. Right after everything is fried, if you can come out, these rocks are actually a fire ore. However, if you leave them, when things start growing, star tears grow on them. The star tears actually give you health back. It also gives you toxicity. So you do get some toxicity from them, but you get 30 hit points back as well. And then you eat the mushrooms, which I don't think there are any right here. They're a bright purple, but the mushrooms remove your toxicity, which is great. So having the star tears on you and mushrooms on you at all times, and also until you can actually start making better items, like when you start researching stuff and you can start combining things. Oh, there's a whole bunch of them right here. Nice. I'm covered for a while there. Yeah, that way if you get into combat, get into fights, start losing health. I do kind of wish there was a quick bar so that I could like eat them while I'm running around instead of having to go into inventory, right click, use. Oh, crap. That music means I'm being attacked. Bad guys. So they are around. Crap. Oh, really? I've already got yellow ones? Those guys shoot you. Not a fan of them. But I'm glad... Oh, there's a whole bunch of them up there. Oh, man, I needed that titanium. Huh. Okay, so... there are bad guys spawning already. So it's not a timed thing. They just don't spawn over in that other area, clearly, very often. Huh. Or maybe it's because I skipped the tutorial?
Acquired.
Interesting. Well, I'm glad this thing does melt them, because those are the bigger guys, and this actually melted it pretty quickly. I was kind of surprised. So I'm wondering if they're a little weaker right now? Oh, you're coming to play, aren't you? Yeah, they take a while to cook. So you want to make sure you're not going to run out of, or you're not going to overheat in the middle of combat. Okay, I know there's some more of you up here. Oh, there's one. He's going to jump off of that thing, isn't he? Oh, he's just walking around it. Oh shit, there's two of them. Woohoo! Yeah. Whee! Okay. Movement. Obviously WASD, move around with the mouse. You can double jump space, which is cool. It does take energy, and you can also, like, shoot. Oh, if you're moving in a direction, you can shoot forward with Alt, which is really handy. That's how you can get over, like, ravines and stuff, larger gaps. Is there any more of these damn spiders around? How much inventory space do I got? Okay, I still got plenty. Oh, there's a critter somewhere. Who have I pissed off? Nothing? Okay. Oh, there it is. They've got to be around here somewhere. Aha, there he is. Ah, there's a close one. These guys suck because they shoot acid stuff at you. And there's other ones that are like mortars that are even worse. Whoa! Fire! Die! Yeah. Oh. I really need to get a gun. How did I... Oh my god, my... Oh, okay. Whew. I thought I sure was going to be taking damage on that one. My shield took it all. Oh. I wonder if you just got like a invulnerability for early on or something. Because they were hitting me quite a bit.
I advise caution. The fruit on Arcadia can alleviate hunger, but putting unknown things into one's mouth is rarely beneficial to the individual. Though, of course, it was beneficial to the development of civilization. Although this fruit is edible, that won't always be the case.
Oh crap, more bad guys. I need to get to this titanium. I need to clear it off. Because I need the titanium mine. Oh, there's a whole bunch of them. Okay, so the blue ones, they're like suicide bombers. They will come in and explode and infect you. So you want to shoot... Oh! Creepy little buggers. You want to shoot them and blow them up before that happens. Oh, who's coming to fight me now? Those guys are going to come down, aren't they? Okay, how much? Oh, I can't even unlock that yet. Oh, crap. Alright, well. Came up here for nothing. I meant to come up here and just get at least one miner set up so that I can just bring it down and ignore them for a while. But I gotta come back up later. So there is fall damage. You can circumvent most of it, if not all of it, if you time the double jump and the zoom forward thing right. Certain heights, you just end up getting too much speed, and the double jump's not going to stop you quick enough. But you can at least mitigate a lot of the damage and make it less painful. So early on, you basically just want to collect everything. Obviously, you know, like pretty much any game. But even later on, I was constantly collecting all of the foliage that I came across. Alright, let's get our base started. Also, if you'll notice, there's that ring out there. You see it up there on the titanium, up in the upper right, and also it's on the upper left, just kind of going up over that ridge. You have a circle that you can build within a range of these. You have to build inside that circle any of your main buildings, rails can go through. So that it's like the transport belt, but there are rails in this case. Those can go outside just fine, but any buildings have to be, I think turrets can be outside of them as well, it looked like, if I remember correctly. We'll have to try that out. So you want to make sure at least your mines are within that. However, I don't think I'm going to get the calcium mine, so I am going to need a second one over there for the calcium, which isn't that big a deal, which means since I'm going to have two anyway, let's build this one, a little more of this direct. Oh, there's some. Oh no, it's another. Okay, I thought there was some. I'm like, there's no way I missed that last playthrough. Helium. There's only a couple of helium vents on here. There's a couple on the other side of this mountain here, and I think there's some more. Where were those other ones that I seen? I want to say clear over that way. And that way is the sulfur. That way I've only seen wolfram and titanium. So, yeah, I don't think you can get all resources within one base. And I think they did that on purpose. Makes you have to go out and explore a little bit and strategize where you actually place your bases and stuff. However, I think this will be good for here. Stick that guy there. And now, this is also our cooling tower. So, when Raptura freaks out and throws its tantrum, everything gets really hot and stops working. At least it doesn't disappear. It just stops working for a bit. And I kind of want to get these hurry and set up so I can have a place to live. Do I want to stick it there? Actually, I like that. And make sure I get the basics. Got a safe spot. I need this guy. I think I want to put another habitat that direction. And I'll put some windows over here. So let's put printer there. Oh, I probably should note, to place things, you can either just look at it. If you hit R normally, oh well. But you can also hang it from the ceiling, which is cool. And it just automatically transitions. If you hit R, it rotates around. And mouse wheel will do height, but these ones you can't choose the height on. Best thing for things like this is just stick it on the wall. Buildings are the same way. And when you're... Okay, now that we got our first things... Oh, I've got to really research that stuff. Okay. How much do I have? Oh, I've got plenty still. So, for instance, I'll just stick this out here. So, mouse wheel, you can raise and lower the height up to a certain point. I mean, can't just make a sky base. I mean, you probably could in a way. And then R will rotate. When you can unlock more stuff, there are supported platforms. I wonder if you can stack those. I haven't tried stacking supported platforms yet. But that's, and also the windows are cool. If you just stick a single window, that's its size. And, which isn't bad, kind of cool, right? But if you put them together, they actually combine. So you get big long window. It's really cool. I kind of wish when you put a habitat on top that it would just, you could actually go taller and then put in stairs and walkways and stuff and just have a big open area. But you can't. You can put it on top and then you have a stairwell or a ladder. Not a stairwell. You have a ladder that goes up and down. And ladders are a little finicky. You just kind of walk up to them and push, keep pushing the direction. But if you back up to, no, yeah, it's not always intuitive, because if you hit it, if you back into it, and you push, if you're pushing up, W, you're going to go up the ladder regardless of the direction you're facing. So you got to just pay attention to that. Okay, let's... we claimed level 1 on all of these, which gave us all this stuff. Basic... Oh, we gotta actually claim those. Okay, so now we have a whole bunch more things to build. We have our vertical connector to go up and down. We have our horizontal connector to go left and right. It doesn't just open up, like in a Planet Crafter, for instance. You have to actually... So, if you played Planet Crafter, up and down is kind of similar. You got a ladder to go up and down between the two. But with Planet Crafter, you can open up entire walls. This will actually... I've not actually tried putting 2 horizontal connectors next to each other. Maybe they do open up, like the windows. I'll have to try that. Analyzing station is... So you can still place it in front of the windows if you want, or just stick them against walls. Where do I want to stick this? Honestly, right next to that would be the better spot. If you hit F, F is how you remove things, and it also works like the mine. The longer you're removing, the faster it zips around. So if you end up wanting to redo your entire base, it gets faster and faster, which is kind of nice. Yeah, I think I will... I'll stick that there for now. I can always move it later. Okay, for science, I want to stick this guy there. And not an airlock. Horizontal connector. What if I stick 2 of them next to each other? Can I? Let's go see what that looks like. They're not next to each other. Shit. Okay. Horizontal. Can I stick it there? Building is colliding with another building. So you can't put 2 of these next to each other. Dang. I was kind of hoping that they would also expand like the... Yeah, they won't let you. So you cannot put 2 horizontal connectors next to each other. Good to know, good to know. So don't stick it there because the airlock is right there. Can't stick it next to that because... What the... Did I have... Ah, crap. Did I choose the right one? Or was I doing airlock? Okay, no. Yeah. Can't do it there because it's that thing. Can't do it there because of that thing. Okay. That might be where I leave that. And that gives me this wall to basically, I can put all the stuff up against that wall. And then I can have windows looking out. Viewing. Nice view. Okay, what else do we need to do? We need miners. Now that we've got them unlocked, we've got ore extractors, we've got power, we've got a smelter. Here's the platforms. Speaking of that, that was the other thing I wanted to test. So, say we stick that guy there. Can we stick another one on top of him? No. Building has to touch terrain. Building is colliding with another building. Okay, so that doesn't work. What about pillar? Oh, pillars can go on top. Okay. And then, can you just stick platforms on top of that? Okay, so yeah, you can't do a sky base. Okay, that's interesting. You just got to put the supported one and then just put pillars. Cool. You can get some interesting designs with all that then. That's kind of neat. Oh, that Is that got collision? No. Why did I stop moving forward? Huh. All right. We do need some power first off. The only thing we start out with is these solar panels. They do not currently, at least, track the sun or matter if it's shining or not. They basically just produce 10 power. Period. Because yeah, when Rupture erupts, when you can't go back outside, I mean the smoke it's just you can't see anything, and obvious reasons, everything's burnt and burning. So so it would be pretty much blocking the sun out, and solar panels would be useless, but they still produce 10. There's also wind generators later you can unlock, and they produce, I want to say 60, and it's just all the time. Again, not a variable like normal wind generators would be. And maybe that'll change by the time the game comes out. I don't know. But for now, that's the way it works. Hopefully it does kind of change. I mean, maybe you can at least have a setting, because some people might not want to deal with that. But I like the strategy side of it, of having to go, okay, how much power do I have? When can I actually use this power? But like those two, do not block those. See how the shadow is on them? This guy is producing 10, but so is this guy. So it is what it is. Okay, let's get an ore extractor. Can't build a smelter yet. Do I have enough to build another ore extractor? Do not. That was my last 80. Crap. Okay. Which that means I don't have anything. Oh, well. We gotta build some more. I went a little haywire on dressing all this stuff up. But we can build more. Because we had... oh. So, sorry that went so fast. So you select what items you can build here, and then you can eventually unlock more items. And then this tells you what you need to build those items. You can build 1 at a time, 10 at a time, 100 at a time, or the max. And that's not max total that you can build. That's max you can build up to 1 full stack, which I actually really like. So if you didn't need a full stack, but you don't want to use all of your resources, rather than clicking this a bunch of times, you just click, bam, you've got a full stack in your inventory. Really cool. Another really cool thing is it highlights what can be used in this machine. Like all these things, none of these things can go in here. So it says, oh, this is where the items that you need to drag in here. You can double click to move them over. You don't have to move them over on the basic printer because it just pulls from your inventory anyway. But other machines, you have to, like if you want to place stuff in them, you have to actually manually place them. Like if you come up here, I don't know, will this let me place from down here? Nope, I'm not close enough. Don't think you can actually put stuff... Okay, sometimes, yeah, you can. So you can drag it over, you can double click and it moves over, and if you hit E, it automatically pulls out of the machine that you're in. And so input is up here, output is down here. This is the rate. One time, 0.8 seconds, you get 1 unit. It's pretty fast though. I have noticed that these say impure, so I'm not sure if there's going to be like different levels of, like maybe there's purification type stuff you can do, which is interesting concept. But in the playtest right now, it's just, that's your ore. These are the rails that you can get. This is how you transport stuff instead of belts like in Satisfactory or Factorio type games. You get these little monorails. And when you start, it always starts, it goes the direction of first click where you start, second click where it's going. They do not turn around. So like if you built a tower over here, for instance, like see how the arrows, they show you which direction it's going. So that tower will stay if you just take out the railing. But if I say wanted to start here and go there, it won't even let me because that is an output. You can't place it on there. And I wish you could... Oh, Is there a swap function? Nope. Swap function doesn't work on this. R doesn't work on this. Height doesn't change anything. I wish you do the swap function and it'll flip that around and let you connect. Maybe that'll be a thing in the future, but basically start there, end here, period. You gotta go the direction the rail's gonna go. Which, yeah, I kind of wish, because sometimes it's just convenient. I need to connect these two machines, and you've been traveling from the end where you want it to go to, and you always got to go back and forth, back and forth. It gets a little frustrating. Do I want that still there? No, I don't. The nice thing is, when you remove them, oh, and yeah, if you remove the support for it, it has nowhere to go, so it'll take the rail with it. And you do get all the resources back, which is pretty handy. How much is that? That one's 80 calories. I've only down half, so yeah, we'll just eat a few of these to get hydrated and nourished back up. The stuff you start with, these things are really good. They get 15 hit points, 25 calories, and 35 hydration. I recommend holding onto those and use them when you need the hit points. You pretty much are always going to need calories and hydration. Those are always going down, so it's not as big a deal, but save these for emergencies. If you need the hit points, or if you're really going to, die from thirst or starvation, then yeah, eat them. They're pretty rare. Okay, I've got to decide where I want to put my smelters, and, well, I'm guessing all down there is going to be the factory. So, let's stick that guy there. We're going to bring it down. And eventually, I kind of want to... Oh! Well, we got a few minutes before that fully hits. Actually, I'm going to want all three still coming down, aren't I? So, when you get that, run for safety. If you're right next to your base, you'll be alright. These do have a limit of how far they can go, so you want to you can't take them forever. For now, I will stick it there. Yeah, see, the star does actually seems like it gets brighter. Maybe it's a placebo effect, but yeah. However, if you're far away from one of these shelters, run to your shelter when you get that warning, because you're going to get fried otherwise. If you have enough... another thing I highly recommend is just keep enough materials on you, at least a meteor heart, and enough to build a habitat and an airlock. If you keep enough of that on you at all times, which I think is only like 50, right? So 30. So you only need at least 30 building materials and a heart. You can just hurry and place the base thing, place the habitat, place the airlock, get inside. You'll be safe. I actually had to do that one time when I was just kind of walking around the map to see the border, see what was actually available in the playtest, and I got stuck up in the mountains one time, and I'm like, oh crap! So luckily, during one of these waves, but luckily I was able to get those placed, I ran inside, and I was able to survive, and here it comes. This stuff's pretty cool. They've done a fantastic job on this game and all this stuff. This is pretty neat to watch. First time this happened, I was just blown away. So, ow, really bright, obviously. See the wave coming at you in that big mountain of smoke? That's the planet burning. And eventually it comes flash, everything's on fire. You hear the metal groaning and the heat. And then look at that. Everything's just charred, burnt to a crisp. And if you go outside, see the heat? Oh, why is my heat indicator not going up? Really? It must be, it's got to be, I wonder if that's a bug. Normally there's a heat indicator, and you can come out, you got to remove heat from your core. I don't know if you have to do that or if it'll do it on its own eventually, but the core is what cools down the rest of the buildings. Everything that's connected to that core will cool off. Why do I not have a heat indicator? I think you have a... I wonder, it's either a bug or you have a time frame where you're invulnerable. It's the only thing I can think of. But these rocks, now I get this fire wave ore. Not really sure. Meteor? Not sure what they're really used for, except for the data points in the analyzing stations so far. Maybe there's a use in the full game. So that is not typical. Normally you cannot run outside when everything's still burning like that. And see how these are red? They're now got a really high temperature. And so they're not fully working. Habitat obviously doesn't need to work, it's just a box. But like these guys, these are, oh, they've already cooled off. That thing's already cooled everything off. And see how, oh, foundation's going clear. See, yeah. This thing cools off your whole base. The bigger it gets, the harder it has to work. It's got 100 cooling capacity. It currently needs 35 to cool off the existing base. You can level it up. You get meteor hearts, and then depending on the level you're going for, like right now I need wolfram wire and titanium plates to level up once. And that will give me another 100, I guess. Oh, it says minus 100. I don't know. But then there's level 2. Oh, you can jump straight, I think. Interesting. So you need that for level 1. Level 2 is 20 of these, 300 of these, 300 of these. The titanium, I don't know, I can't remember, what are these called? Housings, and calcium plates. Calcite plates. However, if you collect all of those once, you can just straight... Oh, no, okay. It's just... Oh, that's interesting that it actually keeps that in mind of what it all needs. But yeah, the first ones will go away when you put them in. You go to the next level, So you're going to go up to 5 levels ultimately, and you're up at 1,200 capacity to cooling, which is actually quite a bit, which is kind of neat. But you can go pretty high. And you have a deconstruction blocker, so it gives you some time to, if you accidentally get to it, you don't wipe out. Because I believe if you deconstruct that core, I think it deconstructs everything that's connected to it and tries to put it in your inventory. If it can't fit in your inventory, it puts it in a box on the ground. The problem is right now, it puts it in a box on the ground, and each item is its own box. And each stack would be its own box. So they stack on top of each other. So if you have a big base and you do that, you end up creating a tower out into the sky, and they don't fall. So you're going to be missing out some items. You'll grab the bottom items, but everything that's too high, you're stuck. You're going to have to find a way to get up there. I don't think I'll need more than that base-wise. So what I want to do with this initial rail... So rails transport items on top of them, but they also transport power through them. So the first one, I'm going to stick, and see how that's got that little link? That means it is sending power across. So there, it won't. That's too high to send power. But all of these lower spots, that's good. That one it won't let you build because it's too far down. And if anything collides with the rail, see how... Like normally that should work, but the rail is going through the building. It won't let you build it. So it does take that into account, which is kind of cool. And it's close. You can get things right up next to it. And as soon as it clears it, well, there's a little bit of clipping there, but I guess those bars don't count. As soon as it clears it, you're good to go. So you can get stuff really close, which is cool. But I do want it next to the base. And now that is powered. That's going to start mining. You can see that's chewing through rock and bringing it into the processor. That ultimately just it sends them down here. Right now, it doesn't have anywhere to go. The transit system on this is a pull system instead of a push system. So that's not pushing it out onto the rails. Wherever it's going, sends a pull request and says, I need this much, or I can take this much. And then it sends it out from whoever can send it out. So I'm thinking I do want a storage container eventually that I can I will put in about, I'm going to say this area. So that'll be a storage container. And then I need a smelter. So these things are pretty large. So it is like Satisfactory in that sense. Everything's massive. I do like to put... I've got to unlock the storage containers, obviously, first. Okay. And also, like Satisfactory, you've got to choose what you're cooking. Because whatever goes into it, I mean, it's got to know what to pull, basically. So I want this pulling titanium. So now that that's got a pull, they're going to start marching out of that ore extractor. And they just come cruising along. And this is level 1. Level 2 goes faster, obviously. And I imagine there's going to be more levels once you unlock them. But in the playtest, you only get 1 and 2. And yeah, they just kind of go in there and that'll start cooking them. It's kind of neat. And you can have anything on here. So you can use these rail connectors to connect, like, I made the mistake of just putting one of those rail connectors, and I had all my ore, wolfram and titanium over there because they're right next to each other, going into that, and then one bar coming out. they will run into each other. So yeah, see, that initial request ended there. It started processing. It's like, oh, now I've got more space. I want more. So it started requesting again. So that's why you'll have all these. One of these mines can actually probably support a couple of smelters. So ultimately I plan to put, like I said, I was going to put a storage container here. It's got 4 input outputs also, and they can go any direction. Same thing with this, the rail connector. Any side could be any direction. So you can have 1 in and 3 out, or you can have 1 or 3 in and 1 out, or any combination in between, like 2 in, 2 out, and vice versa, and such. I guess those are the options. Or you can have 1 in, 1 out, and just have 2 blank ones for now. The storage containers are basically the same. They've got 4 sides. 1 on each side can connect. And so you can have the smelter coming into 1, and that gives you also a buffer. And then you can put the ore extractor into 1, and then have 3 smelters coming out of that 1, and that 1 extractor will probably put out enough to power 3 extractors. See how this is? Well, I guess if you're using all of those at the same time, it was kind of keeping up with it. And you can also change its speed, like low, medium, and high. They start out at medium. I imagine high and low will adjust how much power it takes, but I don't know. I don't know. Power needed 5. Okay, so what's high? Power needed 5. So maybe that feature's not implemented, and maybe 5 is just its idle. Honestly, I don't know. I haven't actually figured that out. I'll have to look at that later. I was just kind of exploring what you can and cannot do. So I'm going way slower than I normally did. I did last time. I haven't even got my wolfram ore. Do I have enough? Those are 80. Okay, yeah, I've got plenty. So let's go get wolfram ore coming over here as well. Where's our closest mine? This guy? Flip him around. There's another one over there. We got lots of wolfram ore that we can get in. Let's bring you. Let's bring you right here. We don't have to go very far with this guy. I do want it going facing that direction. Oh, we need to get power over here though. It does give you warnings, as you see at the top, when your hydration starts getting low. It'll also give you very low and critically low, which is kind of handy, because I get busy into a project and that went the wrong direction. We need to get power over here somehow. These can also be used as just power connectors, which is kind of cool. So like, if you stick one of these Actually, for instance, stick one of these so we can have multiple. Say we want to just stick it right there. That's not really doing anything. And so instead of that guy, we stick this guy. Say we stick him there. And so now... Biologist placeholder dialogue. So, there are placeholders, as you can tell. That one, I've never been able to read the whole thing, so maybe I can watch back this video, and when I load it up on YouTube, if you're watching this on YouTube...
Arcadia 7 has finished regenerating.
Oh yeah, I forgot to go and explore, fuck. Oh well. So yeah, see how everything's back now? As I've been talking, it's just been regenerating. You guys have probably noticed. The first time, and I forget to go out and check stuff out for you. There are weird things like that. Meteor popped up on the top of this thing. I don't know if that's a bug or if it's intended, because honestly, if a meteor actually hit that, that structure would have been destroyed. Oh, and so this was another one of those fire ores, and these things grow. If you can catch this before that finish generating message hits, but when you can come out and you can watch it growing, once it grows, you can actually harvest the star tears and the fire ore immediately afterwards. I don't know if that's an intended thing, because a lot of the stuff that you can harvest by hand, you cannot harvest until you get that message. Which is, so I find it kind of interesting that that one thing you can harvest early. So it makes me feel that that was an intended thing. And I got most of it. I'm just not a fan of floaty bits. Wrong button. Come on. Okay. But sometimes there is actually some weird collisions with those mountains over there. I've seen one of those meteors just floating up in the sky, and it's kind of weird. And there's also a section over there that you can just kind of walk through the mountain. Like there's no collision, but there is visibility. It looks like there's a wall, but you end up walking into the mountain. It's kind of freaky. So there are going to be bugs. I mean, this is a play test. First off, they're letting us play this game for free right now, and clearly they've put a lot of work into this. This is, for a play test, this is amazing. And it's surprisingly stable. I have had it crash. Oh, speaking of that. Save. Yes. Yeah, see? I would have lost like 45 minutes of playtime. Yeah, always save. As we are going back, God, I keep getting distracted so much. See how that is not currently powered? This one doesn't matter which direction, because I just need the connection. Once I do that, now that's powered. Because that's just connecting to the building. Anything connected to this foundation is powered. Another thing you could do is if you wanted to stick like that there, or, you know, obviously rotate it or something, and then connect that one to this one, that would still transfer power, because these will transfer power. So I actually like that. You don't have to sit there and put power poles everywhere or have little areas that are powered. If it's connected, it's powered. I kind of like that feature. And then you can use these rails to just connect the power if you need to. So it's really handy in that way. So let's get our smelter positioned. We want it lower. Let's go ahead and stick it there. Not that. Rail. So since we're not actually using... Oh, and then let's get this guy. Start chewing on that. Here comes the Wolfram ore. Yay. And I think you can see, yeah, so you can see the grid power in any building. If you go to the information tab, there's grid power used is 20, grid power total is 40, and it doesn't change. Okay, so this is running. Let's put it in high. Still using the same amount of power. So I'm not sure. Is that actually changing how fast it does anything? 1, 1,000. 2, 1,000. 3. Okay, about 3 seconds. 1, 1,000. 2, 1,000. 3. So it's not really changing anything. So I don't know if it's a feature later on that's going to be implemented or what it's going to do. Right now it does nothing. And this also shows you if it's overheated, if it's got power, and maybe if it's blocked, like if it's full. We can see that over here. Nope, that doesn't light up. This tells you it's blocked. Okay. Because it's full. I have nowhere to send stuff. So I'm stopping. This is what I can do. However, I do want that. And is this one full yet? No. However, I can throw the remaining of that in there. Since I no longer need the small amounts. Oh, I'm still going to get... I want even numbers. Why? Because I don't know. I'm a freak like that. I don't always have even numbers, as you can see. And 100. Okay. And see, did you notice how that changed to blocked? Went from online to blocked. And you can also just shut it off. It goes into standby mode. If you don't want it running or whatever. Obviously, I want it running right now, so... definitely going to need to expand my platform. Oh, ran right by it. Okay, I wish there was a way to clear that out. Because having these poke through is kind of annoying. I wish that wouldn't regrow, basically, after it got fried. Building is sometimes a little quirky, but overall, in a pretty good state. What? Oh, there was a game. Ark. Ark is rough in its building. Conan's pretty good, but this one's actually in pretty good state. It's fairly easy, mostly intuitive. Sometimes things can get weird. But for instance, like stairs, there's nowhere for it to click. But if I hit right click, there's still nowhere for it to click. Okay, so by default, when you first get a point for stairs, it's going down. But if you right click, over here on the bottom right corner, it says change direction. It can go up, which is cool. You can also rotate, but does nothing for stairs because there's only one place for it to attach to. Height isn't going to matter because it needs a point to attach. They do take that into account. And also, for instance, if you build a supported platform, say you want to build up there and you want to build stairs. Well, you can only build so far down, which right now I can build all the way down that it'll let me. But eventually, like if you're building down a cliff or something, eventually you can only go so far before you have more support. Another nice thing is if you remove that one, you're just going to remove that one. If you remove that one, you're taking them both out and see how it's telling you how much resources you're going to get back. Because if you're taking out the whole support, the whole thing will fail. It just eats it all. You get all your resources back. It's pretty cool. I do like that about the game. It's really neat. And the detail. This is a play test. These are detailed as like crazy, man. I mean, like when you first open it up, there's one animation. It plays it once. It never is played again. They put all that animation in there because that's cool. Because you build it and then it opens up, does its thing. I mean, they've spent a lot of time on this. I mean, look at the details of all these pipes coming in, the fog coming out because it's cooling everything off. Because I imagine ultimately this planet's a really hot planet. I mean, that star is massive. Another thing you'll notice, the names of the companies. Selenian. So that Selenian company makes this. Most of your base stuff is Selenian. I don't think the habitats... Oh, yeah, they have an S. Selenium Corp. Selenium Corp. So most of your habitat stuff is Selenium. That one, see the symbol? That comes from Moon Energy Corporation. They are mostly your power. See, Moon Energy. They build your power. So if you need more power options, make them happy. do their missions. If you need more base stuff, make Selenium happy. The other companies, Griffith Blue Corporation is your weapons. Your first claim, you get your pistol. Second level, grenades. Third level, you get the equipment upgrade station, and that's when you can get your rifle. You also get some free war bonds. War bonds you find around, I think we found some on that dead guy, which wait. Did I find the dead guy here? Oh. I talked about it, right? Oh, he didn't give me war bonds this time. Damn. So you'll find loot boxes basically around crashed drone ships, random rubble debris from old. I think there's one. There it is. If you look way off in the distance over there, there's a base that's like falling apart and damaged and stuff. There's going to be piles of rubble in there and some like container boxes that will have random stuff in it. You get loot. Yeah, I already got the dead guy. Oh, he didn't give me... In my first run here before I decided to actually stream it, that guy gave me war bonds. Oh well. So yeah. Anyway, with the war bonds is how you can upgrade your equipment.
Come here.
So you can get different... The pistol, at least in the playtest, there's no upgrades for. The rifle has quite a few upgrades. You can get different length barrels that increase or decrease its... I want to say recoil? Or maybe the stocks do the recoil. I don't know. There's like... They do different things. Recoil or accuracy or... there's different scopes you can do. And... magazine size. Magazine is the other one. So you can have larger magazines, but it takes longer to reload. So the one upgrade I did was the scope. You start out with a holographic scope, which isn't bad. It's great for shooting. And if you... I can't show anything yet because right click does nothing with this thing. But with the guns, if you right click, you can aim down the sights, including the pistol, which makes it a little more accurate rather than just spray and pray. So far, I'm not very good at spray and pray, and I twitch and panic when I'm trying to aim, so I still miss a lot because who wants to get eaten by these creepy spiders? Here's those mushrooms I was talking about. So. These give you the 30 hit points and 15 toxicity. These remove 40 toxicity. And it says remove all positive effects, so I'm not sure what that means. Because I haven't really found any kind of... Oh, there's my war bonds. Maybe it wasn't the dead guy. Maybe... Oh, this is the exact same. So maybe... I don't know if these are random or if they're specific items. Interesting.
That's a snack.
Because these other two items, yeah, were the same also. Interesting. So I don't know if it's RNG or if it's placed. If it's placed, holy crap, that takes a lot of planning and play testing to figure out when you can get certain stuff, when you need certain stuff to advance. Because, like, I'll show you later when I get to the recipe station, to unlock more recipes, a lot of the times you need at least one item of that recipe. And then maybe some, I think it's probably its items to make it. I didn't really pay attention to that. I should probably pay attention to that this time. You need at least one item of what you're trying to make, plus some other stuff usually. And it might be the items that it takes to make it. Intriguing. I'll have to look at that. So you have to find the first item in these loot crate things, boxes, or there is a flashlight. Here's another dead body. I'm guessing this person died trying to hide in this cave from the sun. Oh, hey, some standard ammo. Oh, that I can't use right now. So standard ammo is for the turrets, defense turrets, and the rifle. I gotta be careful going this far. There's spawns over here. I'm gonna go back to the base. I need to get a gun before I explore much more. Oh, what? Oh, I'm full. Crap. What do I not need? I need that. I don't need titanium right now. Let's drop that. Oh, no. Let's drop that this direction. And I have noticed they do eventually disappear. I wonder... Oh, I didn't pick up anything. Since I am mining those... Can I pick that up? Drop wool for more. What? Oh, jeez. And drop that. Since I'm... Did that just disappear? I'm not sure what just happened there. I don't know. I haven't noticed them if it's a time frame that they disappear or if they disappear during the reset, the rupture. I know they disappear eventually, but I've also dropped a whole bunch of stuff at base, ran out and collected a bunch of things. Because, you know, a bunch of stuff that I didn't need anymore and I had no space for because I was, like, manufacturing it and full. My storage bins and everything was full, so I just didn't want it in my inventory anymore. I needed the space. So I drop a whole bunch of stuff, have this big old stack, run off, do some stuff, and in that same cycle come running back, and all that stuff was still there. And it'd been quite a while. So... But at the same time, I know they do eventually disappear because they were gone. Like I said, I don't know if it's a time thing or maybe it's during the cycle. The rupture. Harvestable plants are definitely your friend. You will go through a lot, as I stated earlier. Like, oh my god, I could never seem to collect enough hydro bulbs. I was always thirsty. Always using them, trying to, you know, creating them into hydration packs and hydration bars, and it's insane. These things, I eventually had enough because they're just everywhere that I had to actually stop collecting them for a while because I had too many for quite a while. But early on, you need everything. So now, as you can tell, I've stopped mining. Oh, why am I like this? I need the heart. Okay, I still got the heart. I just didn't pick up. That's fine. We need to go back to base and drop stuff off. What am I doing? I was still getting these things because I have space in the stack to keep collecting. I can get 6 more of these. 2... But the stuff I don't have space for, it drops on the ground. Clear over here. I mean, look, there's all these little flying insects and stuff. This game is really cool. It's very pretty. They've worked really hard on this. Or they got really lucky, or they're just extremely skilled. Or all of the above. I don't know. It's cool. I like it. It's pretty. It's not voxel terrain, so you can't just like dig into the ground, but that's okay. There's specific mechanics to this type of game, and I'm okay. I like the mechanics so far. I mean, I'm a big fan of Space Engineers. I love building stuff, and it's a great game. And I like digging in, you know, eating building big ships that eat full asteroids and stuff like that. It's great. But this is a different type of game. You got to actually find, it's more strategic. You got to find your mineral nodes or resource nodes and stuff like that. So which I enjoy. Okay, analyzing station. I don't think you actually need to analyze these, but if you look in the bottom right corner, that tooltip that pops up, expand. Oh, so if you right click, you can do split, use, or drop. If you just mouse over it, it gives you its information. That bottom right corner is the data points that item gives you. One of those items will give you 5. If I throw the whole thing in there, it will give me 240. I don't want to do that though. Oh crap. Maybe... So these things, the only thing I've figured out what they're for is data points. So 150 for just one of these storage medias, which is great. It's an old school USB stick. I find that hilarious. Claim! Now I've got 150 data points up here. Same thing for these things that the bugs drop. Slasher Biofact. Interesting. Only thing I've found them used for is in here. Also, the Fireway Boar. I imagine in the full game that's going to have more of a use, but in the playtest, it's data. Meteor Hearts, there were 50 points, but they're also extremely valuable. You don't want to use your Meteor Hearts for data. I mean, yes, you can get them constantly because they respawn and they land everywhere, but the first level of upgrading this requires 10 hearts. The second level requires 20 hearts. It gets expensive. I think the third level is only another 10, yep, and the fourth level is 15. Yeah, to go up to level 5 is another 15. So you need a total of 55 hearts to raise this to max cooling capacity, and your main base, you're going to eventually want that at max cooling capacity. So collect them. The other thing is, your other bases, you're going to want to upgrade some capacity. Where's my hydro bulbs? Can I build a food station? Because I've got to build another one of those bases over there to pull out the calcite. So yeah, you're going to use them a lot, is my point. No, I cannot build a food station. So what do I need for food? Regeneration, food station. Level 3, future solutions. Oh, yeah, we need to get this guy. So, yeah. I know I'm bouncing all over the place. There's so much in this game. And this is just the play test. It's amazing. Oh, calorie bar. These are great when you're really low on calories, so I'm going to let that go down so I can eat that. What's this? 30 calories and 40 hydration. That'll be perfect right now. Yeah, that worked out great. If you hit R, it sorts your inventory. Speaking of inventory, we don't have that inventory. We got to get stuff being built. Do we have the orbital launcher? We don't. How the hell do we get the orbital launcher? Fabricator, pistol, recipe station, personal storage. That's a problem. Oh wait, it's this one. Never mind. Wrong menu. So, this is how you get data for those things. There's 2 ways to collect data for everything. One is to produce what they need and shove it into these orbital stations from Clever Robotics. So if you click that, this is what they need for that first level. You need just +2, but I don't know how much. So you need 200? Is it 200 of each? So you need 200 points worth of those. And you get 2 points each, I think it was. Did it say +2? And then 1 point each of these at 200. Maybe that's what it is. But you need both of these. And so this one you need all those. This one you need those, and so forth. So on and so forth. So at least, luckily, so Selenian, Moon Energy, and Clever only takes the basic things right here. Griffith and Future Health both need the calcium blocks, which you need from over there. Which kind of sucks. However, since I need those 3 things from just these 2, I can directly hook these up for now. And start collecting them. That's funny. But I need to decide which one I needed first. Since it's only one of those 3. Another way to tell what you need in here is if you mouse over the item, it tells you what it does. Respawn point, profession change. Food station, output, processed food. LEM station, this is when you start a perk progression. That's when you can start assigning these things. So you don't need that early on, but it's going to take a while to get there anyways. It works fine. For this instance, this guy, pistol, give me something that Moon Energy building unlocks. So you get recipe station. So you need the recipe station to unlock the smelter's ability to make the calcite blocks. So I can't even make the calcite blocks right now. And the other thing is, when you mouse over here, on the right there, it tells you what you need for the current level to level up. So Wolfram bar, titanium bars, Wolfram bar, titanium bars. These ones need titanium bars and calcium blocks. Wolfram bar and calcium block. Also, if you click on the individual one here, it says it over here also. But since I can't even make calcium blocks right now, I can't level future health solutions, so I can't get a regeneration chamber. So currently, my respawn point is clear back in that landing pod. That's in that crater, the mountain crater over there. So that's a long ways. If I die, I've got to run from over there all the way back here to my base, let alone to wherever I died, to get my stuff back. And same thing, I can't unlock the pistol until I unlock that. So the first thing we want to unlock is this, so that we can be able to make calcium blocks. And also, a map coming soon will be great, and you also get an inventory upgrade with level 3. So these guys are great. Moon Energy, they also eventually give you the wind turbine, more inventory. They're a great one to level up early. And Clever Robotics, you can finally get a storage stuff. You eventually get a building drone, which I never figured out how to use until I accidentally hit the button, because in this playtest, the tooltips it gives you for stuff every now and then tells you, at least in my case, it was saying unallocated button. So I had no idea what to press. Oh yeah, you can slide. What did I just do? Why is Copilot? What the hell? Don't do. Oh, I think I hit the Windows button. What was I doing? Oh, squirrel. Okay, so I need future health. No, Moon Energy. Right? Crap. God damn it! I forgot already because I got sidetracked. Pay attention, focus. I have a hard time focusing. Was it Moon Energy? You guys are probably like, yeah, duh, dumbass. Yes, okay. Moon Energy Corporation. To get the recipe so I can unlock the smelter to get over there to build those. So we want Moon Energy Corporation, titanium bars. Moon Energy Corporation, Wolfram bars. So those will now start spitting into there. When they get enough, they launch these little drones. Oh wow, what happened to that planet? Is that a moon? Huh. I wonder if that's the rift, because she says in the tutorial, she says look up in the sky and see that these things are going through some kind of rift that can travel light years in seconds. That's the only rift I can see. I'm guessing that's it. Kind of sucks that it's going through the moon. Okay, so those will sit there and launch. Percentage goes up. So yeah, and each one is +2. Well, that gave me 3. Oh, because this one's probably giving me +1. 26. +1. 26. Okay. So we need 200 between those two things. Does it? I wonder if you can get all those points from one thing. And it just needs one of those 2 items. You can also see the progress in here. I'm up to 19%. This gives you your total points. And this also here. And you can use these points that you earn in the analyzing station to just straight up level up, or just add up to however many points you have to that. I kind of wish you could say, hey, I want to save on to so many points and then just use up to this many points. But right now it's all or nothing, or however many you need to level up. So say if I needed 500 to level up, I could put 255 on there and it would just go up that much. However, since I only need 200, I can just straight hit level up and it'll use the remaining amount, so the 141, to fully level up. I'm not going to, because I'm perfectly fine with using the resources I have to level up. Because in the meantime, I can go out and collect other things. I can come over here. I can do some more analyzing if I need to. I can build more building materials, which actually, yeah, let's get some more. I mean, early on, I guess I don't need that many, but I'm just going to steal them from here. I mean, it's going to get more, and there's already a bunch of this stuff to keep supplying, and by the time that gets low enough to not keep supplying that, that'll be here anyway. So I'm not too worried about stealing them from the smelters right now. So here's that max. So I can build 1, I can build 10, or I can build a max of 77. Because I've got 77 of these, and I've got 80 of these, and you need 1 of each. So, but you could produce 10 at a time. So that 77 is 770. So bam, I've got 1,000 plus another 27 now. And that's about how much I like to keep on me. Oh, it actually uses 3 of these and 1 of these. Interesting. So it's not a 1-for-1. I thought it was 1-for-1 before for some reason. Anyway, Wolfram is Wolfram iron or copper? Maybe it's a mix. Maybe it's iron copper. Anyway, the point is we have lots of building materials now. So we can actually spruce up our thing here. I do want a little more space. Oh, whoops. Well, I was going to build a patio around it anyway. Kind of want to build like a little patio. Mostly a walk around. I mean, you can walk on this, but I just like to have more space. And the cool thing is, these things only cost, those cost 2. They tell you the cost. Platforms only cost 1. Even a supported platform only costs 1. I'm thinking these should cost 2, just because you've also got the pillar, but because you're basically getting a pillar and a platform in one there. So definitely use those when you can. Shallow stairs are half a step away. Full stairs are a full step up down. So depending on where your levels are, because these things, if you notice, can go there. 1 step up is there. So you can go half steps. So there's one, same level as the existing platforms. Oops. Same levels as the existing platforms. Half a step down, full step down. And so you've got, it's really cool that you can do, it gives you a lot of play with your designs and where you place things. There's also, yeah, it does have the extendable walkway. Say for instance, I have that over there, just randomly placed, and you decide you want to combine your 2 bases. Start here, go there. Just like the rails, you can just create a walkway. There are limits. I mean, certain steepness and stuff like that you can't do. But as you can see, it gets pretty extreme. That was a pretty extreme connection. Pretty steep, really windy. It's pretty neat that you can do that. So say if you have something over here, building is not stay. Oh, because those need a support. Say, and I'm sure they've got a limit to how far. I only used it once, but they go pretty far. colliding with something. So that's going through the ground, so it can't connect. I used it on when I was getting helium-3 to create a path to get lower. Oh wow, so yeah, they go pretty far.
Delivered. The Moon Energy
And now-
Corporation thanks you for your shipment. You can claim your reward in the corporate terminal.
So I just finally got enough points for all that. But look at this. This walkway, it's actually straight. So say I can create another big old platform out here and stuff, and then I have a walkway between them. So that thing is actually really handy. And you can do so much. You take out its support, it wipes out the whole thing. Same as the rails. So you can do a lot with these buildings already. And this is just what's already opened up. And you can get safety barriers, so you can put railings to spruce it up. You can probably... Nope, you can't rotate it. It's just inside. So... Actually, I kind of like that. And, I mean, building material is cheap. Once you have... how do I want to build stairs here? Let's build shallow stairs here. So we got kind of a ramp going on into the ground. Yeah. And then safety rail makes it look pretty. We can even attach it to here. Doesn't look like we can attach it there because the stairs are in the way. I do like that you can attach it to the side of these though. That's pretty nifty. So yeah, you can do so much. Oh, I think you can put rails on the stairs too. Yeah. You can put rails on the stairs and they angle with the stairs. So you can really spruce things up. This is kind of neat. I didn't do this in my first playthrough because I was just going through and getting stuff built. You can build ladders, obviously. Oh, that's cool. So you can build a ladder if you want. Instead of the rail or the stair. I don't know if there's a height limit. That looks like it's pretty tall. I wonder if it just goes to the ground. That's pretty neat. So I kind of want... I almost want to put some stairs there. I'll think about that later. That's kind of neat. Can I put a ladder to the top of it? Oh, I can. Okay. For some reason, it's not letting me put it... oh, okay. So you can put it on the side. Oh, you need to put it... Maybe it's a little temperamental. Building is not stable. Well, where is it actually trying to click to? Something over here, it finally clicks to. Like there. Interesting. So, yeah, so if you want to just build a ladder, can I build it here? Oh, that would be a great spot for it. I can kind of get it green. It's backwards anyways. Okay. Or I can... So yeah, so if you want to build the ability to climb up onto your roof, I mean, obviously in this case, I can just double jump up here because of that angle. Well, that's pretty cool. I never even tried that. Can I stick... Oh, I never tried that either. This is awesome. You can just put walkways in between your platforms and you can build on top. So I can build like a pillar up here? I cannot. It's colliding with another building. Oh. So you can't... Oh, wait. No. Can't float it. Can't set it there. Okay, can't do that. Can I stick platforms here? I can just stick platforms in between. So you don't need a buildable walkway. You can just stick platforms there. Can't stick it there or there. What is it colliding with here? Can I stick the extendable walkway here? Yes, I can. Sweet. Well, we gotta do it now. Not shallow stairs. But I'm guessing the extendable walkways we can't stick pillars on. Whereas... Well, for science, the platform, we can. Okay. So you can do all kinds of cool stuff. And say, what if we wanted another habitat clear up there? Can I stick that on top of there? No. Can I stick it on top of a platform up there? No. Oh, maybe. You might be able to if you can get enough support underneath it. It's possible. Because if you can get to the building is not stable, that means it just doesn't have enough support. But I'm kind of sad that you can't place the pillars on top of these. So if you wanted to extend it and then just stick a ladder in, or a... where's it at? The vertical connector. This has to go on the floor.
Rupture activity
Uh-oh.
detected. I recommend finding a safe place.
So that's kind of cool. But that is, I really like the fact that you can just put extendable walkways between these, and now you just have one big platform up here. You can do stuff. I know you can put the defense turrets on these platforms, so you could probably, I'm wondering if you can put those on top. What have we been doing? We don't need anything there. Oh, we need, oh, let's, what do we need next? Oh, we can get our recipe station. That's calcium. That's going to be calcium. Personal storage, yes. Let's get the storage. Who was that? Dang it. Clever robotics. Oh, I'm going to die, aren't I? Clever, oh, okay. Clever robotics. Go, 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 go. Okay. Clever robotics. Run! Run, 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 run. Run faster. That's... Oh, oh. Get in there. Yay, okay, we survived. And off they go. And in the meantime, we ended up collecting these that we don't want, but oh well. I could have put them back in there, but I was paranoid when I was going to get this next wave. Because here it comes. One of these times, I'm going to need to build a base out somewhere near like a deep crevice and see if I can survive inside the crevice. Like build the base, hurry and drop off my stuff so I don't lose everything.
Unstable. Head to safety immediately.
And here it comes. I think once the fire hits, it just this is when it's resetting everything. This is when it's spawning. You notice it's a little choppy. I mean, one, a lot of graphics going on. Two, I think that's when it's doing the main part of the respawn. Hopefully you can hear me. I'm not sure how loud the game is. It looks like it's low enough. But, so I think that's when it's actually doing the respawn. So when it becomes visible again, that everything's already in place. At least the nearby stuff to the players. Do I get heat yet? No. I'm guessing still invulnerable. Interesting. Maybe it's when you get the gun is when you become invulnerable, or when you start being able to take damage. Because normally, you step outside, you get a heat bar. If that heat bar fills up, you start taking damage. And at this point in time, that heat bar fills up very fast. When she says that, it starts to cool off. That's usually when I poke my head out just enough to take the heat from this, and then I run back inside and drop the heat. And then let it cool off, and then I'll come out and this thing starts working on everything else. So what is my base up to currently? Where was it? Capacity 60. Okay, so I do need to start thinking about upgrading. Okay, let's get this guy online. How much power am I using? None right now because everything's cooked. So I'm going to help it out so the base can start functioning again. Oh, that one's already clear. It's cleared everything off. Wow. I'm not certain how that works because clearly, obviously it was cooling, but I don't know if it just like picks an item or if that's how long it takes to cool, or but all of a sudden, bam, everything was running. So I don't know. It was clearly all at once. Everything just cooled off. I haven't fully figured out the heating and cooling thing. However, we're back to another replacement. So notice grass is gone. All the harvestable plants are going to be gone. They've all been cooked away. These things are glowing. And you get this fire ore out of them. But I don't have any space because I still haven't gotten the personal space thing. Let's drop that. Let's just drop these. So I'm not really going to be able to do a whole lot out here. So I'm not going to collect a bunch of stuff, but I do want to show you some things. Cacti. Not cactuses, cacti. So if you run to the cacti areas, these things, this is the red flowers that we're growing, and these actually do grow fruit. But the cacti themselves, these things are resilient, man. That's a lot of heat. But ultimately, there is nothing to harvest plant-wise except there's none in this pool. There's some pools. I think there's only one over here. Further to the east of this area on... Where am I at? So clear over there, over the mountains, way over there, there is some lakes that obviously are dried up. There's no water right now. Everything's just, it's been evaporated off. There's some lakes over there that have a whole bunch of these little plants in them that you can't harvest them while the water's there. And for that matter, even while the water is regenerating in general. Where's it at? It's clear over here somewhere. I think there's a couple. So you have to get them at this time frame when the water's been evaporated. The plant itself has survived the onslaught. Oh, it's clear over there. I've got a ways to go still. So I'm trying to hurry to run over there. Oh, is that it? It's like a little crater over here. Oh, it's across this ravine. So I'm going to show you how to use your energy, your double jump. Why am I not jumping? Okay. I mean, I could just walk across the land bridge there. Or, I mean, I don't really need to do much, but bam, you can kind of fly for a little bit. That's one of the ravines I kind of want to test to see if you are down in the bottom of that ravine, can you survive the onslaught? Definitely something we got to try sometime. Yep, here. So, no, not here. Dang it, not here. However, there's that. This isn't the one either. Dang it. I thought this was it. There's a pool of water somewhere over here that has one or two of these things. I thought this was it. So now I honestly don't know where it's at. Because I could have sworn it was that one. Oh, that was a farther drop than I thought. Huh. I guess I don't get to show you the little bubble things. There's no way I'm going to be able to make it all the way up there to that other place in time. Very low hydration. I imagine hydration is high, or dehydration is high right now. What does this give me? 80 calories. I could use that. Definitely low on calories. Okay. Oh, there's another body. So this one's definitely not shallow enough. Yay, more war bonds. Oh, and I've got some pistol ammo. That I will use. However, ammo only costs building material. So it's pretty cheap to make. Oh, maybe that's the other one. There's the other crater thing. They look very similar. Maybe that's why. I didn't know there was two of them. Is it this one? Is it this one? Yeah, it's this one. Okay, so these are the little flowers. So there's only two of them right here in the starting area. Oxalops. You can only get them, so you get 20 hydration from them, but it also has regenerative properties. I do not advise using these as hydration unless it's an emergency. They're harder, at least early on. Later on, oh, some more standard ammo and some glass, which I need. Crap. I need all this stuff. I don't need, but I need all this stuff. These I can make. I'm going to drop that because I want both of these. Whoop.
Congratulations.
Did I take them both?
Robotics has received its order.
Oh, I already had some standard ammo.
Fulfilling the order is waiting for you in the terminal.
Sweet. We have storage. Yay, okay. So yeah, anyways, I don't advise using those plants for hydration unless it's an absolute emergency because you need a lot of them for some research and they make usually the strongest food items that you can get combining with the hydrobulbs and these things, the polu fruits and the hydrobulbs. The highest level tier of these, they are made with those oxalops or whatever they are. So I recommend saving them for those just because they're great. The other things that mix together are adding them with these star tiers. That's really nice because it gives you hit points and hydration or calories, depending on which one. So those are great because it can do two things, but it does still give you the toxicity, which kind of sucks. As you can see, as these cool off, this is still that ore, but it's not glowing as much. It slowly cools, but oh, and that was already, that's the plant growing. Is that actually still growing? Going to grow? Is that a bug? Since I harvested that right at the time it's trying to grow? Interesting. Let's go see if we can find another one real quick. And the best way to find them is those sparks flying off of them. You can see those usually from a decent distance, but they do cool off. There's got to be more over here somewhere. And I'll show you a neat trick if I can find one in time. And like I said, I don't know if it's a bug in the playtest that allows you to do this or if it's intentional. And you can actually watch, I mean, as you can see, the green grass is growing back. They did a really good job. It's not just all of a sudden, bam, and jarring, pulls you out of the game that it's just there. It's a slow process. It's just really cool. They did a great job on all this stuff. Oh, come on. There's got to be another one of those fire ores around here somewhere. I'm out of stamina, man. No, these are all just calcite and... I'm not going to make it, am I? But basically, see, those blue vein things are the roots of the star tiers. So they start growing on these fire ores. I got to be careful up here. Bugs will be spawning in soon, too. I cannot believe I haven't run into another one of those fire ores. This is insane. I didn't collect many. I think I only collected like 2. Man, I was really hoping to show you. Those are the mushrooms growing in, or will be growing. So anywhere you see these little purple glows, that's the mushrooms coming back in. Dang it, I can't believe.
The Raptura is in its stable stage. The climate of Arcadia is returning to normal.
I don't know if it's too late now. Once you get that message, I'm pretty sure the bugs start spawning at least. And the fruit of the star tiers are in place. Oh, is that one? Yeah, that's one. Get over there. Get over there. We gotta get to the fruit first. Oh, it's too late. See? So when you point at something, see the mouth of the drill, it opens up, and you're not pointed at something it can harvest, it closes. So before that message, you can select the tiers and get to the thing. We'll have to try it again some other time. Do I have any space for hearts? Yes. So if you don't grab all those ores, see how slow the bar comes down when you're just mining the meteor? But if you mine those, you get the levels to speed up your mining. And while you're mining those, it is also actually mining the thing anyway. So I don't know if it's faster to mine the whole thing or mine them all and then the thing. It feels like it's faster if you collect all the ores and then mine it down. But there's been a few times where I've just mined the whole thing because I didn't want the other ores. I mean, you still get them to a point, but it's a lot slower. So I'm not sure. But like I said, I didn't need the other ores. I just wanted the heart because those are super valuable ultimately. You need so many of them later on when you start upgrading all your bases and stuff. And it sucks when you need like 12 of them for another base or 15, and you got to run around collecting them again. It's just nice if you start collecting them from the beginning. Don't use them for data. Just use them for upgrades and building. Speaking of building, I do need... Oh, so I got my recipe station. Great. Do want to build another core over here. Why did it... Okay. It won't let me harvest that.
That's a snack.
Let me harvest these. But I do need to get... pulling in some of this stuff. Okay, so there... Will this show me the ring now? That shows me that ring. Does building something else, like... So all of these can be built anywhere. I'm pretty sure these can be built anywhere. They don't need to be built within the ring. Habitat. Where's the ring at? Oh. That's within... It doesn't show me the ring? I don't see it. Oh, I was hoping it would show. Is it a smelter? I remember something. Huh. I could have sworn it was showing me the ring yesterday. Is that the ring? That dirt? No. Well, no, it's just not showing me the ring. Interesting. Okay, so it comes to about here. So I want to make sure that's around the edge. Nope, that was the right one. Of where this is at. And actually, I kind of want to put it near this thing. Because then I can put some defense tower on this and get that cleared out. Oh yeah, that'll get me the limestone. There's a little bit of overlap, which is fine. Yeah, we're going to stick that guy there. Okay. Did I already collect? Oh yeah, there's a weird glitch that all the things that you've already collected appear back when you're far enough away from them. But then they disappear when you get close to them. So keep that in mind. I'll see that. That one's showing me the ring now. Huh. Come on, get up here. Get up here. So the miners have to go on specific points, obviously. I do wish that there was a button to rotate the other way, but I guess there's only 4 directions anyway, so it's not that big a deal. Do we want to go that way or that way? I want that way. I need the diagonal. It's exactly diagonal. That's funny. Ultimately, let's go this way. And then we will rail this out this direction. Oh, we got to get power over here, huh? We're going to have to do one of these. Let's say right here. Can you get here? Hopefully. Hopefully it's not too far. That's fine. And then this is just going to be transferring power. Oh, it's too far. Okay. Let's get some power in on this side. Actually, what I like to do at each of these bases, I do like to have a habitat in case... I think Alt? No. I heard Alt. Is that connected correctly? Yeah. Anyway, in case I'm further away, I want a habitat everywhere I have one of these bases, just so I have a safe spot to run to in case, you know, the star decides to throw its hissy fit and I need to get there very quickly. Not a fan of that spot. So it doesn't need much in this case, just a basic printer. Yeah. So basic printer and an airlock. That way, if I get stuck in there or if I'm far away from stuff, I've got the basics to get what I need to get going again. You know what I mean? Everything else I can add to it later if I want to expand on the base. Great. And there is a... yeah. Oh, it is letting me connect it. Eventually, there's a height limit that it won't let you connect to. But, yeah, see, that one's too high. I think it's because it's actually connecting to the platforms. So since this base is going to be powering... oh, that whole... all the miners over there, and possibly the smelters, we need to get some power in it. Okay, so now I need to transfer said power over. I kind of want to... will it let me put another row of these clear up there? Nope. Building is not stable. It's too high. So that is too far. Probably from those pillars. So, can I build a platform, a supported platform? I don't know. Where am I going? Okay, I want to go 1, 2, 3, 4. There. What the hell? Where did those? Oh, interesting. So, because of that, will these ones let me build here? It will. Huh. No, it won't. Why won't it? Oh, it's because it's not connected. Yeah. Okay, so it can't be so far from those. That which makes sense. So now that those are there, will it let me build on top of them? Not yet. So I think it needs... what happens if I build another platform on top of that? No. Huh, how do I do this? Can I build pillars down? No. Mouse wheel does nothing. Right click does nothing. Rotate does nothing. Cannot... Oh, I can build it there. Mouse wheel still does nothing. Dang it. What about... Is it going every other one? Yeah. Can't get that high enough. So do I have to do that to the same height those are? Stick the pillar support on top. That's still not high enough. Stick a platform. Take that one away. Will that take into account all of its connections now? No. Still can't build it. Building is not stable. Okay. What if we put more? Stick another one of these there. What if we put all 4 down? Nope. There. And then pillar support. Tink, tink, tink. And then platform. Tink, tink, tink. And then... Nope. Still won't register that we can build that. Okay. What if we go pillars directly all the way up? Uh-oh. Okay, so sometimes there's a bit of a glitch. It won't let you remove stuff. See, I'm getting the sound effect, but it's still not removing it. Eventually it will let me remove them again. I'm not sure what triggers it, but... Okay, so that one's not working. However, we can use that as a reference. What if we go... We need... So if we go half a step, that's the platform currently. Right? So that should put the pillar up higher. Well, that is one of those enough. No. Colliding with another object. I wonder if it just needs the 4 pillars. It's actually kind of nice to test this stuff out early on, so we can figure out, and having the resources to be able to test this stuff out early on, because this stuff's actually technically really cheap, which is awesome. Oh, I need pillars. Not done yet. I need pillar, pillar, nope, pillar. Now will it let me stick it up there? What if I... No. Still not stable, even though it's on the pillars themselves. Huh. I don't know if that's a bug or if I'm doing something wrong. Which is actually kind of annoying, because I don't know what the problem is. Now it won't let me take those out. Okay. Well, the other question now is, can I... What happens if I just stick platforms over here? Can I stick a solar generator on top of the platform? Oh, interesting. Now it's letting me. What the... Where the hell did it build that? I don't know what just happened. that one's not stable, but this one is. But all it does is eat my platforms. Interesting. Well, it's letting me take the pillars out now. Okay, what if I put the pillar back? And now that I've got space, will either of these configurations work? No. Wait, why was that? Why is that oh, because it's... Huh. Yeah, it's on top of those pillars. That is stable. Why won't it let me place that? Huh. That's got to be a bug. And now it's just... Oh, why is it clear down there? Or up there. Building is not stable. Huh. I wonder why that is. Well, that kind of sucks. Oh, these ones are broken again. So, you can only build platforms out and about, but you can't build on them. You can't build solar panels on them, at least. You can build it partially into it. Interesting, but that just seems to eat it. You can't build it on top. That doesn't make any sense, though. Especially since it does let you build it there. That one actually worked. What the heck? Okay, what's the difference from that one versus these two? Why did that one work? It ate... Wait, so does that mean these two might work now? Nope. It does not like those ones. Even though... What is that attached to? Then. Maybe that's why. Maybe it wasn't showing attached correctly. Or something. I don't know the problem here. I don't understand. Well, those ones don't want to work. So we got it to work with that height. Let's see if we can get it to work with these two. So, nope. Really? It's okay here, but not here, where I actually want it. Ah, why? What about there? Nope. Oh, it says it's happy there. It is actually happy there. Cool. Okay. Kind of cool, because I don't understand what's different. What happens if I do it here now? Still not liking it. Something about these ones it doesn't like. Oh no, it was working. Why does it do that? Oh, hey, you know what? Okay, until... yeah, we need to drop off stuff. Why would it work so... Oh, critical hydration. I am not paying attention. Actually, when you get to critical, that means I think you're really close to... really low. And last time I did that, he yelled at me saying he had a headache. Speaking of hydration, I should probably drink some. My personal is not drinking either. There was one other one. Had to be that one. Yeah. So that. let's hurry and drop this real quick. Just so we can pick that up and throw them in there. And pick that back up, and we'll do the same thing over here. Drop. Thank you. You. Choose that. Throw those in there. Pick that back up. Okay. They're already hooked up, ready to go. We might as well get those going. Whoops, I went the wrong way. I don't know why I went the longest way I could go to get in here. Let's claim our clever robotics personal storage and drop some stuff off. The really nice thing about the windows is you can place storage underneath them and still see out. It's great. Works great. Okay. Can't use that yet. Can't use that yet. Or that. Or that. So these are going to be needed for research unlocking anyway. And those. Speaking of that, actually. What do I need? That's not research. Research station. Research station. Recipe station. That's what it is. We're going to stick the recipe station... right there.
Congratulations! You can now unlock new functionality for your buildings at the recipe station.
So right now...
But the buildings can already do these things. Why would we need to unlock anything?
Arcadia 7 is a very particular place, full of specific resources and requirements. The building's programming needs to be updated as these requirements change, to avoid unnecessarily clogging up memory as well as transfer fees.
It's the Claywood Corporation that determines the cost of transfer. You could lower the price and everything would go smoother.
I'll respond with one of Mr. Claywood's favorite sayings. This is exactly why you're not the richest person in the world.
So yeah, there's that. Anyway, these do... So the smelter, the only thing you can unlock is the calcium brick. You need some calcium ore to unlock it. Now I can make calcium bricks and smelters. Food. This thing is great, but already gets you toxicity. Calorie bar is really great, but you got to find these guys, which are a little ways away. The high-end one, this thing. Eat for effects, gain 45 toxicity, stops natural calorie loss, lasts 60 minutes. So if you eat one of these, and for an hour, you don't have to worry about food. It's awesome. But that's the one that takes the oxalips. So I do recommend... Where's the little pouches? What the hell? I could have sworn... Oh, maybe it's just in the food. Where the hell's the food thing? I don't have a food thing. I don't have it unlocked. Oh, that's why. Was it this guy? Regeneration food station. Oh, okay. So one of the first things you unlock with the food thing is great, but... So, recipes... Oh, I guess you don't actually need to unlock those either. Huh. So these the bars are really good, so I highly recommend getting those done. These are pretty cool because they give you either hydration or the same thing with the calorie one and hit points, but you also get toxicity, so you got to keep some mushrooms on you. And then the high-end one does the same thing, but for hydration, stops hydration. And then there's all these other ones. You get toxicity, you increase hydration limit by 50%, lasts 45 minutes. This one just 75 hydration. This is 100 hydration, but these are pretty rare. And 60 hydration. So all those things. And then prickler, you got basically a lot of the same stuff. 12 calories, 20 hydration. Because the original prickler is 5 calories, 8 hydration. So the cactus fruit gives you both, which is kind of cool. High end of that one, guess what it does? It does both. 45 toxicity, stops natural calorie and hydration loss, but only lasts half an hour. Per plant. Remove 70 toxicity. But this only, removes 40. If you get higher, this removes 70. This you get 30 hit points and remove 20, which is actually kind of nice because it just wipes out the toxicity, but you still get your 30 hit points instead of... Yeah, so you get 30 hit points and you gain 15 toxicity. This just takes out the toxicity part. So that's a really good one. This one removes 100 toxicity. This one's heal 60 and remove 20 toxicity. Interesting. And then this one doubles natural toxicity loss. Not sure if that's fully working right now. It might be, and I just didn't notice it. The Serpent Root, you get 20 toxicity, but you double your natural energy regeneration. And it lasts for half an hour, which is great. But, as it says, does not stack with other regeneration effects. So you can't just stack a whole bunch of these and max out your energy. This one triples. This one increases it by 100%, so 10 times. This one you gain 40, and you quadruple. Wait. So this doubles it. But this triples it. So that double, triple... Increase energy limit by 100%. Oh, never mind. So this is a regeneration. This is doubles your energy total. And this one quadruples energy regeneration for half an hour. So that's cool. Star tiers are the ones that give you more hit points. So now instead of gaining 15 toxicity and 30 hit points, you get 20 toxicity and 50 hit points. This one's 30 toxicity and 80 hit points. And 30 toxicity and 1 hit point every 6 seconds for 10 minutes.
The Selenian Corporation thanks you for your shipment. Your rewards are waiting in the corporate terminal.
Okay, so now we got our fabricator. Nice. Which, the fabricator creates all of those things on the right side. However, not all of them are unlocked. You gotta go here to the recipe station and unlock a lot of those. So even basic building materials, it can't fabricate until you use a meteor heart along with some building and data, which obviously early on you probably don't necessarily need it, but it is also handy to automate that, and you can just come and grab a bunch from there. And all of these will be required for other stuff. So this is what you need to find these individual items for. Stators, great. Tubes, glass. Actually, glass I think is for the furnace, which isn't unlocked yet. So we can insert all what we need for those. Yep, insert tubes, that thing, and that thing. So we can get those unlocked eventually. So, and this is what I save my data points for. Rather than just straight leveling up stuff. I mean, if you really need to and you want to do a fast run, collect a whole bunch of plants, use them for data, whatever. Go on a killing spree and collect the parts of the bugs. After the thing, grab all the fire ore, whatever. But I save them for these things so we can get all these unlocked. There's a lot of them. And, whoops. So as you can see, so I definitely want to get that unlocked, and I don't think I need anything else yet. So that's fine. We'll throw glass and that back in there. And that. Because I'm not going to use those to unlock stuff yet. I am going to hang on to that. I don't want to hang on to those. So the next level is a lot more expensive. You suddenly need titanium rods. So they do kind of play with each other. You have to unlock one before you can unlock the next level of another, because you have to be able to produce certain things. Like this one, once we get the calcium block, we can unlock level 2. So I could go do that now because we've already got the titanium bars. I just got to go build calcium blocks with another smelter. The selenium helium-3 extractor for level 3, I need titanium rods, which is created, I think, in the fabricator. Yes. But are they unlocked? Okay, so they're already unlocked. So I could actually unlock that one as well. This guy I can unlock, but level 3, Doesn't show me what I need. I was hoping it did. This one I just need wolfram wire to get the map, and titanium beams for those. So I could start going for all of those things, which wouldn't be a bad idea. But I definitely, yeah, let's get the regeneration chamber. I know I want to get a gun, but I think once I get the gun, I don't know if it's a time limit or if it's once I get the gun, I can start taking damage.
Acquired.
I need more building stuff, don't I? Yeah, I've only got 109. That should be enough. Also, be careful building around the ponds. It does prevent these things from regenerating, I noticed. The first time I played through, I built kind of near this pond, so these ones all respawned just fine at this end, but I had my whole setup here, because I kind of had to do the same thing. I had to build one of these closer to this stuff when I found it, and just having them, all that stuff over here, none of those ones would respawn. All the ones on this whole area just stopped responding. So be mindful of where you actually place your buildings, because it will prevent spawns, which kind of sucks, but you know, that's part of learning. Okay, so we got distracted trying to connect power for the calcium. We have enough power here for now to start what we wanted to do. So let's just get this guy. Can we stick him? No, it won't let us attach it. Oh, yeah, it will. Will it? Yeah, it will. Interesting. I wonder if it will let me put a pillar there so it doesn't look like crap. No. Oh, kind of? Oh, there's still a weird... Hopefully, maybe... Nope. Dang it. Hopefully they fix that to where you can get something to connect those. And so it's not just floating there. I don't like that, but we'll deal with it. What if... Can we just stick a platform on the end of that? And then stick one of these on top of there. Oh. What if I come at it from up there? Maybe it's the angle that I'm at. Let's go find out. Building with the Manchadar. Yank. Nope, it still sticks down into the ground. Interesting. Why is it clear down there? That is weird. Can you connect to under there? No, the connection points are up there. There's the rails. Yeah, there's no... Yeah, see? It's if you look at the very top of the screen, just pointing down here, it's connecting to the top. Huh. And I can't hide it behind another pillar? Nope, I can't even drop that down to get it low enough to hide. What if this is lower? Does that count as collision? It does. Dang. Alright, well, I guess we just get floaty bits. That kind of sucks. Hopefully that's just a playtest issue and not gonna stay that way. Is this close enough to reach? Oh, it's just barely out of reach. Yeah, one space. That's amusing. So, what we're gonna do is place that guy there. Place that guy... Can't reach. Up here, just so we have power. Yep, that started up. However, it's going to be shut down for a moment. Because we need to go... What the... Can I... Interesting. I don't know what was going on there. Sweet. Bam! Now we have power. However, this isn't where we want to process this. We're going to run this all the way out here as far as we can, but we're not going to do it right next to the foliage because we don't want to stop. Maybe we could just run it on there. You know what? Let's do that. Since we're coming clear over here anyway, let's just utilize this corner. And we'll come... is that going the right direction then? Okay, yeah, it is. I was thinking, like, hey, I turned it out the wrong way. No problems, no problems. Okay, we're going to run this guy. Oh, wow. Eventually, it stops displaying, and it's already too long. That's interesting. Oh, maybe if it's high enough, it is long enough. Okay, whoa. That really moves fast when you scroll that far. Hard. Yeah. And then... You know what? Let's put our calcium factory about here. Okay. So we'll have space. So we need another smelter. Have space for storage. We're going to stick our first smelter right there. Rail. And now we only need one, so it's not that big a deal. Start getting our calcium blocks. And for now, we're just going to straight... Oh, we need more. Okay. We need some more storage. Okay, so this guy...
Ah, gotcha.
Has those. Who else needs wolfram or that guy? Griffith Blue. So go ahead and start sending that. And oh, speaking of that, before you get full, let's get rid of this. Okay, come back over here. Okay, this guy needs those. So I'll let those go. I'm gonna steal all the ore out of... No, I don't want that. I want the ore. Crap. Well, now I have some more of that, and I'm gonna have a lot of it. Crap. I don't think you can stick them back in. No, it won't let you stick them back in. Oh, it did! I don't know if that was a glitch or not, but it let me put them in. Interesting. So either it being highlighted is the glitch, or it letting me do that is the glitch. Over here, that one I can just hit E. Uh-oh. There's a bug. Hear that blink, blink? I don't know if you can hear that or not. Oh, it stopped. I need titanium ore. Oh, it stopped. Okay. So, yeah, sometimes there are definitely audio glitches. I've had the combat music not stop, and it's fine while you're in combat, but when you're just running around exploring, it gets kind of monotonous. It gets old really fast, and you're like, why won't this end? So I've actually had to like restart the game because it was just driving me too nuts. It was too much. So hopefully they can get those fixed. I mean, like I said, it's a playtest. There's going to be bugs. And if they happen to watch this video on YouTube, or if you're watching now on Twitch, which I've had one viewer for a little while. Didn't comment, but whatever. Yeah. Hopefully this gets to you. I don't do well with reporting bugs in Discord, but I record them and you can see them. Oh, well, the reason why I collected all that was because I need a whole bunch of building material. Sweet. Oh, right, hydration. Hydration is my biggest vice in this game. And it's not a bad thing. I like the survival aspects of it. I just forget about a lot. It's the problem. Oh, that is good. When it's down to one item, you can't split. So that's cool. It does keep in mind that. I do wish there was a way to, like, you can hit R to sort your inventory.
I'm detecting
Oh boy.
increased Ruptura activity.
Is that?
Prepare
That
for
wolf
a
right one's
wave.
going too, right? Oh, it's not. Do I have enough time? Oh boy. At least it's not too far if I do die. Orbital. Oh, I probably put that too low, but it doesn't matter. Not that big a deal. I need that. I need the regeneration chamber first. I know I want the gun early, but I need the regeneration chamber first. Run, run, run. Okay. I don't know how much time it gives you. It seems to be a decent amount. But you've got at least a minute or so before the wave hits you. Do I have any more? I don't. Do I have? I got ore. I can throw that in. That I
Gotcha.
should. I'll hang on to it for right now. Yeah, let's go ahead. Since I'm about to get some more. No, the main one I want to unlock first is these end ones. And the calorie bars, that's the one. So I need to get those. So let's go ahead and put those in and those. And then we also want the same from the Hydro Bulb. These aqua bars are great. And I'm out of data points. Okay. Ooh, another question. If I upgrade my viewport, let's save the game, so if it crashes, since I'm doing something that may cause a crash, I would have lost an hour and a half of time. You guys have probably been screaming and yelling. Let's see what happens if we open up a wall during the fire.
StarRupture has started. Hide.
Okay, right now, no change, no problems. Okay, what about during fire? Fire.
Extreme temperature.
Oh, it struggled. Oh, did you see that? It did break the illusion. It struggled, but it did it. And I think it was struggling because I'm pretty sure that's when everything's resetting, so it was processing a lot. But it did it. It survived, and it didn't crash. Nice. Do I take damage yet? I do not. It's got to be... Okay, so the first time I played this game, I got to that weapon before the third... Actually, I think I had the gun before the first wave. Because I was just going through the tutorial, and it gets you... you get through it pretty quick.
Planetary temperature
And so...
returning to normal.
I never had this invulnerability part. I've always taken heat damage, so I don't know if it's a glitch on this save or if you're actually invulnerable, because I didn't come across any bugs until I had the gun either, and didn't take damage the first couple times I found them, because I shot them from afar. So, this is intriguing to know. I really want to know if it's a bug or if it's actually you're immune until you have a weapon to defend yourself. So these ones will all be from that guy, because they're not actually connected yet. So they're two different... Oh. So this is right now, you can, E to get into stuff. Oh, malfunction because there's not enough heat. E removes heat. E also removes infection. If the bugs get to your machines and attack them enough, they become infected. 70 power. And so E is also how you remove that. So that's 70 power. This one is only 40 power. Okay. So what happens if I connect these two grids using... I'll use these things. And I'm going to attach it to there. And to there. Okay, now 110 power. It does combine them. Current heat 600. So it didn't change the heat capacity. Because that's still at 600. Wait, did it? Okay, this is only at 100. So what's the 600? And I don't know what the two bars here. So there's 70. There's minus 100. I think that's just how much it cools. Yeah, that's what the level does. So I don't know what these bars, what these different colors mean. So it says 70, which should be about there. So what's this bar? And this is what we're currently at? Maybe? I don't know. I don't know how to read this. The tutorial doesn't give you any information on that. Questions, questions. There is a codex and something. I think it was when you finish the tutorial, it says something about a codex points or something, but you can't actually go into the codex. So it might be something you unlock at a future time that's just not in the game, or haven't come up to that point in the game yet, or it's just not available in the playtest. I don't know. And maybe they purposely kept it out of the playtest because it's spoilers, and they want to keep some of it for the actual gameplay. Okay, so what's the next thing I need? I've got those going. I want... Oh, didn't I finish off another thing? Did I forget to check that, or did I already get that? Nope, I already finished it off. Okay, so level 2, level 2, level 2. We're working on this one's second level, which it's almost there. And Wolfram's first level. So I'm finally going to get my gun ability, which I'm pretty sure after that I'm going to be able to take damage. So I'm going to have to be more careful, which is interesting. Okay, so what do I want next? I need storage. This guy. So titanium beams. So I need to unlock titanium beams. What do I need to do to unlock titanium beams? I need just titanium bars. Okay. Well, let's go get a load of titanium bars and also Wolfram bars while we're at it. We might as well.
Great work. Future Health Solutions is now receiving all requested items. New rewards and tasks are waiting for you
Regeneration
in the terminal.
table. Okay, now we can build our respawn point. So, you only get one respawn point at a time.
Your printing point has been updated. When you happen to die, I will send your mind here.
Wait,
and this is where your sleeve will be printed.
When?
Apologies.
Your sleeve.
If you happen to die.
Yeah. Guess what your sleeve is? That's your body. They call your body a sleeve. Anyway, you only get one respawn point at a time. So you can always respawn back at the lander. So when you die, you have the option to choose to respawn at the lander or respawn at your current regeneration chamber. Also, a regeneration chamber is where you would change your class, I guess this is. Respawn point is currently assigned to you. Okay, when that's available, I'm not sure what that... like I said, I don't know what the different professions are going to be. I guess, yeah, choose your profession. So you can change your profession at the regeneration chamber, which makes me wonder what the differences are. So the fact that you can change them tells me that they're going to have different stats somehow. Or maybe you just want to look different for a while. I don't know. None of these were needed. What did I need? Oh, I needed... What was I doing? I need the bars. So yeah, it's interesting.
Great.
Let's take those. And take those. Let's go unlock some stuff. We do need... You know what I should be doing? I should be collecting the the rock... Damn it. Fire ore. Fire rock? Rock fire? The glowy orbits. So that I can use that for data points. Because I'm going to need more of it to unlock stuff. Oh, and maybe I can show you that thing if I can find one at the right timing. There's usually quite a few over here. Nope, not over there. Over that way. Toward that big structure looking thing. Which is actually a really cool place. The first time I visited it, I got very lucky. That thing there off in the distance, you can kind of see a structure that's in the mountain. The first time I visited it, it was in like this time frame when everything had just gotten cooked. Oh shit, that's a problem. I happened to just come across it searching for these ores and stuff that I was just looking for, but now I need to go back because I need water. And there's a bunch of stuff in there. I recommend. It's a point of interest. There's some data pads and some voice comms recordings that you can read and hear and stuff. It's kind of cool to get some of the storyline, which is neat. And however, it's also a main spawn point. It's not like one of the random spawns where there's bugs sometimes here and there, some whatever. There's always bugs in there to start, and they will spawn in there. They spawn from underground. That's how they survive the heat, is they go underground. But yeah, so I got lucky. I went in there and I was walking around, no worries, not thinking anything of it. I didn't pay attention to the bugs, and the planet regenerated while I was in there, and I got swarmed. I was like, I'm gonna die, and I did die. Do I not have any? Where did all my hydro bulbs go? Did I use them for research? Oh, you dumbass. Crap. Well, I guess this is one of those times I've got to use one of these. I don't want to use these yet. You know what? By the time I need to unlock all those other things...
Gotcha.
Actually, what I could do is go get 2 more. I mean... I don't think I have enough time to run all the way over there now. Things are going to be regenerated by the time I get there. Let's see. And on the way back, we definitely need to collect some hydro bulbs. Oh, I think there's some more... limestone over here too. Yeah, so this is a good point for the base because you got limestone, wolfram, and ore, and titanium. Over there is another location because there's limestone right there where my cursor's at. There's titanium right there, and those spiky bits right there is another wolfram mine. So that would be another good mine, right? A good place to stick a base. Maybe up on that ridge, and you can port everything into there, especially since you can collect all that stuff. Normally there's usually a few around the meteors, the big meteors like that one. Dang it. I'm not looking out on this nifty trick I want to show you that I don't know if it's a bug or a feature. I'm definitely not going to make it to those oxalops though. They're way too far away. That's titanium, I think. That's titanium or calcium. That's calcium.
Status,
Ow.
stable. Arcadia status, stable.
Oh, here's the limestone. What? I ran the wrong direction. No wonder. Oh, well. Too late now. Oh, I screwed up.
Arcadia 7 has finished regenerating.
Yeah, that's what I... right at the end. Ugh. Whatever.
Come here.
I'll grab more. Of course, right at the end I find some. That figures. By the way, there are other cool things. While I'm here, I'm going to show you one of them. There's also one just above the limestone, my limestone quarry. These things, I have no idea what they do. I don't think they do anything in the playtest. They are marked on the map with a skull. So I was very trepidatious when I first came to it, but It does nothing. You can't... The only time I haven't seen it is in full-blown fire mode, because obviously that will kill me, so I don't know what these are for. I'm sure it's part of the storyline, and maybe what they do hasn't been implemented yet. I don't know. But they're kind of cool. There's a few of them placed around, so obviously they do something. Come on. Grab my... So I need hydration. I need to find some hydro bulbs. Oh, I missed my map. I don't know if I want to go over here. Yeah, there's usually a lot of bugs over in that area. So there's that Wolfram ore at the other spot. So this wouldn't be a bad base spot either. You got titanium there, you got calcium here, and you got Wolfram ore there. So building up on this plateau would be a great spot for a base. Where I decided to go is a great spot for a base because you got titanium, wolfram, and calcium fairly close. The tutorial area over there is great for a starter spot until you need calcium, which you need it pretty early, so it kind of sucks. I mean, I guess you can just collect it from the rocks on the ground and the meteors. But there's no calcium over there. So you only got titanium and wolfram. So you have to get calcium from the same spot that I'm currently getting it from. So those two bases are going to be sharing their calcium. But there is a lake. Where am I at? Over that way, on the other side of this mountain, that I wonder if they're going to add calcium to. Right now, it's just water. And there's usually bugs over there too, so you got to be careful.
Come here.
What's in here? So this is one of those places I wonder... I mean, it wouldn't really make sense for any of these places to save you. Oh, that's another thing I need to show you. I need to show you the caves, but I can't get to them now. I wonder if you can be inside one of these deeper beams. Like down in here, where it's like dark. Could you survive the fiery death in here? I wonder. So I'll have to try that sometime. I don't want to come out that side because where it comes out, there's a lot of times there's bugs in that area, so I don't really want to fight anything right now because I don't know if I'm still immune to damage or if it is triggered by you getting the gun. And knowing my luck, that'll unlock right when I get to the bugs, and I'll be able to take damage without a gun. So yeah, and see, them slot unlocked movement. Oh, I hit level 10 in movement already. Nice. So now I have a lem slot. I've already got level 3 in combat just with my mining rate. That's funny. So running around constantly, that's how you level that up. This gives you survival points. I don't know how much. I mean, we can look. We have 165. Now I have 167, so I got 2 points for that. I don't know if it's a steady 2 points or higher levels it gives you less, or if it's just 2 points per these. I know you need more experience points per level, so it's likely just 2 points every time you harvest one of these. Kind of wish I could go over there because there's a lot of hydro bulbs. I need to get a gun before I do that. There's some over here though. But there's no calcium for the starter base, except for where I'm getting it. So you either got to get your calcium from that one where all three of those are, where I'm at, and port it all the way to over here, which is what I did the first game, because, I mean, you come out of there for the lander, and this is your first flat spot. So I'm like, sure, plop down.
The Griffiths Blue Corporation is grateful for all of your shipments. Remember that supporting this particular company will allow you to upgrade your arsenal. which will certainly help in surviving on Arcadia.
So now, can I take damage from now, or does it wait? Oh, wait. No, okay. Didn't give me the gun directly. Okay. Okay. Yeah, this should be high enough. If I fall all the way to the ground. Okay, so I do take fall damage. I should have tested that before to find out if I can take fall damage or if I can... I'm hungry. I need to get some food. I think my character's hungry too. He is. But I want to eat this bar, so I'm waiting. Okay. So, yeah, I guess
Come here.
one way to find out is to just... Ooh, wow, look at all those. So there's 4 of them right there. 5 of them. Holy crap. All of these were the... See, if I'd run over here, I ran just the wrong direction. That sucks. Oh well. I guess one way we can find out is now that that's unlocked, before I actually go pick it up. Because last time I got attacked quite a bit and didn't take any damage. So I'm pretty sure I was just immune at the time. Where are we at? Yeah. This area, there's usually some low-level critters that will spawn here. Actually, there's usually some low-level critters that spawn in that area, too. And I haven't seen any, so I don't know... Was that movement I saw? Or is that just the fuzzies floating around? That's just the fuzzies floating around. Okay. Yeah, the first time I seen critters was over in the valley on the other side of that little mountain there. I guess that little hill. There's a lake in there. Well before any of that stuff, and I have no idea what that huge structure back there is. You can't get there. Well, actually, I don't know if you can get there. Right now it's blocked by radiation. And that's not a world border. The world border is just a straight blue wall. In fact... Oh. Actually, in the tutorial, it limits you. I don't think I can even get to over here in the tutorial. Because there's a minor limit. And then once you beat the tutorial, that little wall opens up. So it forces you to build your base in that area. I didn't think about that. Forgot about that. Usually up here, though, some of the second grade ones, I guess it's not that far to run if I have to go retrieve my body. Let's see if we can find a critter. But yeah, see that green stuff? That's radiation. I haven't figured out a way to get through it. It starts irradiating you pretty quickly and damaging you. But you can go into it. It's not a physical barrier. I was hoping to see some critters down here. I don't want to get blindsided by them up over a hill. There's almost always some up there, though. Let's go that way. Let's see, like sometimes they're in this area, sometimes they're not. They're almost always up there. So let's check up here first so we don't get backtracked into 2 groups. Okay, looks like it's fine. Okay, let's go check over here. But yeah, so that's all radiation. In fact, yeah, just down into this little ravine, I think I start hitting it. Yeah. So I'll show you. Where's it at? I don't think it was this far. So that whole titanium is in the radiation. See? Radiation. It starts doing damage to you. And when it gets high enough, it actually starts hurting you. So, yeah, there's that. Oh, speaking of taking damage, let's show you this. Use. Okay, so now I have toxicity. I don't really know what it does. Maybe at the lower levels it doesn't do anything until you get critical. But then I just use one of those. And I'm happy again. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Crap. Oh well. Even longer before I can eat my candy bar. My little protein bar. Okay, there's some blue guys. Which means they've probably got... Oh, someone sees me. I don't want those guys. Where's your little buddies? Where's your little crawler buddies? You're not going to send your foot soldiers after me? Are there not any foot soldiers in this area? Yeah, there's always blue guys in this area, but there's usually the little crawly ones too. Huh. That figures. That wasn't a very good test. Guess I'll just have to wait for the next wave. And I'll see if I take... Oh, one thing I could have tested since I wasn't taking any damage is could I be outside in the wave? That would have been interesting. I'll have to test that on a new save. The things we would like to test. Are you invulnerable during the tutorial? Are you invulnerable during just the first few minutes of the game till you unlock your weapon? I don't know. More tests needed. A lot of times there's stuff up here, but it's usually just more meteors. I mean, you could actually build a base up here. It's fairly flat. Kind of. I mean, you'd have to build it somewhat on pillars. And then you got this... Oh, there we go. That's what I was looking for. See? That should have been far enough to hurt me.
Gotcha.
If you time it right, with the jumps and the zoom forwards, you can negate all your damage. You just gotta do it at the right time, and make sure you don't run out of energy doing it. Because, yeah, if you do, you're just going to fall to your death. Oh, yeah. So sometimes meteors will spawn inside rocks. So you can't get all the ores off because you can't target them. See, the rock is in there. So you get what you can, and then you just eat it. But as long as any part of it is showing, you can get it. Ooh, could I jump down? I don't want to. I know I take fall damage now, so... And in most games, the way I die most often is I run off cliffs. I'll be running around and all of a sudden, cliff! Fuck! So, it's part of life, I guess. Oh! Yay! Here's one of the caves I finally got to. So, when everything gets burnt off, these green vines are burned away. And you can actually go in there. And I don't know if... See the reticule? It's white right now. When you aim it at that thing, it turns red. I don't know what that means. You can't mine that thing. When you shoot it, it bleeds. But you can't harvest it. And I've shot it multiple, put multiple magazines into it. I think it might have something to do, because that last... Oh wait, no, I did find it. That was in the sulfur. I don't know what it is. But it's just there, and you can shoot it and stuff, and it bleeds. But anyway, you can go down there, and there's glow shrooms and quartz inside these caves. There's a few of them. There's one on the other side of the mountain there from the lander. There's actually one out in the middle, I think in that general direction. There's one right here above the limestone mines, calcium mines. So if you see right here, and there's also another one of those things right there. There's a cave somewhere over there. I've seen it a few times, but I never remember to go into it when I can. I've been inside this cave. I've been inside that one a couple of times. And there's a few others throughout the map, but you can only get into them right after the scorching, and then you have a time limit because it does grow back. But the brown wood on there, the tan colored stuff, that stays, and that's how you climb out. It's basically a ladder. So I don't know what would happen if you get trapped in there. I've never tried that. So if you stay in there long enough for the vines to grow back, I don't know. Maybe that's what the red heart thing is for. If you attack it from underneath, maybe it kills the vines and you can climb out. I don't know. It's all conjecture at this point. Conjecture? Yeah. Words are hard.
Acquired.
Every now and then it's funny how they'll speak. And this guy has a biologist dialogue placeholder. But he's a scientist, not a biologist, so I'm not sure what that's about. Oh, this one I haven't collected yet.
Great.
There's my rotor. Cacti. Sorry. Pricklers. So just running around collecting, and sometimes I'll spend a whole cycle just running around collecting plants because you need so many. Like collecting every plant and meteor I come across and I'll end up dropping all the ores, just keeping the meteor hearts. And because now I can harvest the ores. I have no real reason to keep all these ores anymore. But I do need the plants, and I always need all the plants. So I really hope there's a way to farm them eventually, like getting grow chambers or something and stuff like that, so you can actually grow them, even if it's a slow process. As long as you're able to collect them periodically in your base, that'd be great. Because the amount of time spent just running around collecting plants, I mean, early on, I understand it. Part of the survival. But eventually it gets old. It's in any game. It's not something that's, just part of this game. It's every game. If you have to end up collecting something the entire game by hand, it gets old. You should always have a way of obtaining these base items automatically, or purchasing them, like maybe just if it's buying them in stores or something, or in markets from NPCs, whatever the case may be. There should always be a way to get these base materials, like mining. Start out, you got to collect them by hand, but then you get these big machines that can start harvesting them. Hopefully there's something similar for the foliage, for all these things. So yeah, but right now, in the playtest, if you happen to play it, I think it's going on until tomorrow, so today's the 3rd. I'm pretty sure I read something about it going on until the 4th of August. If you're watching this on YouTube after the fact, well, it's probably over by now. But the video that got me into the game, the playtest was only the 30th and the 31st of July. And it was the 31st I learned about it. So I hurried and downloaded it and played it that night, because I wasn't able to play it yet because I had a bunch of things to do earlier. But somewhere, I think it might be on their website. Somewhere I read that it was going till the 4th. So I'm like, sweet, they extended it for the weekend. Awesome. Maybe they were getting a lot of feedback for stuff, and they decided it was worth leaving out there for a few more days. I'm glad because I've been having a ball just playing it. I really hope someone from their company happens to check out these videos and see, if nothing else, they can just see gameplay, how it works on other people's computers. And if they actually watch the whole thing, they'll see the different bugs that I've come across. I know you can report on their website and also report in their Discord, but I'm not, unfortunately, not very good at that stuff. I'm not very good with, like, I don't know, like say, hey, at this time in this thing, I mean, the menu is a problem if you have a joystick that's not exactly centered, by the way. My throttle, for some reason, was struggling with it, and it kept messing with the controls. Like, in-game, it didn't make any difference. I didn't notice any problems. But in the menu, it kept taking focus away from the mouse and keyboard, and my cursor would disappear. In fact, the first game was just called AM because I couldn't type. I had to I'd like keep clicking and have to, see if I can get an edge. Yeah, I was just click, 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 and hitting the letter at the same time, trying to get a letter in, because the throttle was just oh crap, slightly off. Who's attacking me? Oh, the yellow ones. I hate the yellow ones. These yellow ones aren't too bad. The mortar yellow ones suck. Hi. What the hell are you attacking? Oh, there's a whole bunch of them. And I'm taking damage, so clearly I can take damage now. And they outrange me. Stop hiding behind that rock. That's not a critter. That's a critter. Hey, look, I can hide behind the rock too, motherfucker. And you can stop its recharging early. As you just noticed. Oh, you sneaky fucker. Oh, who else is shooting me? Where am I getting shot from? Oh, clear back here. Oh, these things are creepy. Did any of you drop anything? No? Okay, so I did take damage. Definitely took damage now. So as soon as that is is the music done, or is it going to get stuck? Okay. That's the... It's crazy how much music makes a difference. And the musical cues that you click on, you connect with. I heard the tone change, or that specific beat told me it was over. I don't know. It's cool. They did a great job on it. When that starts to get your heart pumping, you're like, okay, I know there's a critter around here. It gives you a nice warning. Oh, look. This is, okay. This is great. I got to show you what happens when they attack your base. And there's a whole bunch of them. Well, we already know I can take damage, so I don't want them getting close to me. Oh, I really pissed him off, didn't I? Okay. That one's fine. That one holds to de-infect. So, yeah. They shut your buildings down. At least they don't destroy them. You don't have to rebuild them. They just basically shut them off. So it's kind of a cool thing, and they can attack your base. Obviously, if you build in the... I never got attacked building in the tutorial area until I spread out to the limestone. And then I started getting attacked over there. But, okay. Now we have a gun.
UPP-7. We hope it will help you better deal with the planet's dangers.
Ah, gotcha.
So, it gives you the gun for free. You have to arm yourself. You have to get the ammo. However, ammo is just building material. So now I have a full stack. In the bottom right corner, you see show I have 8 out of 333. And if I reload again, I have 9 out of 332. So you can reload, and it doesn't, like in Helldivers, if you reload, but you still have bullets in your magazine, you lose those bullets. This one you don't. In fact, it does keep in track of the one in the chamber, which is actually really cool. So that one in the chamber was still in there, and then I loaded it with another 8. I think it's a... But if, you know, when you run completely out, somehow it gets to 7. It doesn't make any sense. But yeah, I've seen it, when you reload, you end up with 7 shots. So maybe the 9 is a bug, maybe the 7 is a bug, maybe they're both bugs, I don't know. But it is one way to get 9 shots, is reload again when you're full, and you don't, as long as you've got extra in your inventory, you're good. Okay, now I can get the building material. Oh yeah. I had those all on me just for that reason. That's funny. And I forgot to come over here and use them. And then I need to get more data. I thought I didn't find any fire ores, right? Alright. So, there's all that. None of that is useful yet. I'm gonna hang on to the anyway, even though I already have one. I'll save those for later. That's my only source of helium at the moment. Okay. Where are we at on calories? I can finally eat this guy. Okay. So what I want next is I want this food station. So I need wolfram plates to get a food station. So wolfram plates. So I no longer need... I don't think there's anything else that needs just... Yeah. These things. The bars. Oh, oh, crap. How long has it been since I saved? It just crashed. Oh, man. What did I lose? And it's gone. Oh, well, that's what happens when it crashes. You lose everything, because there's no autosave feature yet, which is understandable. I mean, it's a playtest. I am going to take this opportunity to take a break anyway, because I need to use the restroom and probably get some food. So, yeah, I'll be back a little bit later, or I guess in another stream if you're watching on YouTube in the future. Do be sure to check this game out when it comes out. It's a really cool game, and there's so much more to explore, and I think it'd be great to play with some friends, multiplayer, running around fighting those bugs, especially when I'm pretty sure there's going to be more enemies later on. It'll be neat. But until next time, have a good day.